Hello and welcome to season 53, week 3, day 3 streams. This is the PBE and I am TDenstroyer. We are going to be watching the day 3 games for week 3, and I am joined by not Bazooka Joe at the moment, but someone else. I am with LeatherNeckMike, the new,
Hello.
the new simming head or streaming
Not
head.
quite.
Streaming head.
Stream coordinator, I
Stream
think, is my
coordinator.
title. Yes, I do not. I am not the head of the sim team. I do not want that job. And
No,
no,
God,
I'm
no.
not in the Apex, but that is the nameplate that we found.
Yes, well, we did what we could.
It does its job.
Yeah. So I saw that we were rated by Nersha Banco with 146 people. I want to thank them for rating. For anyone joining us who's unaware of what this is the Pro Baseball Experience. This is a sim league. Every single player that you see on every single team is controlled by one user. Um, and we make a player. Um, we do things on a forum. We get attributes for our player. We have a minor league. We have a major league. And again, every single team is GM'd by a couple users, and every single player is an individual, unique user. So it's really cool. If you'd like to make a player and join in, there's some information floating around right now by the Nightbot. Join one of the Discords, and we will get you set up. There's a ton of people available for mentoring people and getting them ready to rock and roll. So I just wanted to um, make that announcement because I saw we had a bunch of new people. So welcome in. If not, if you're just here to hang out and watch some OOTB baseball, that's awesome too. Glad to have you. Today, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the stream schedule so we can see what we're looking at today. So we're just going to start off. July 24th is going to be the first day in the file that we will be working with. We will be watching Seattle at Nashville, and we are going to go all the way through August 1st and end with OBX at SAS. As we move along, I will move my baseball ticker. So if you hop in the stream and you're unsure of what day it is, you can just look for where that baseball ticker is when I go to this cutscene, and you should be ready to go. So, LNM, how was your first week as streaming coordinator been? As I get us set
Oh, it's
up.
good. Yeah, it's been good. I think I've had some productive conversations, and hopefully we'll be bringing some. I don't know about necessarily quote unquote changes, but improvements, tweaks, those kinds of things to the stream. Mostly next year. Um, one of the tweaks is up right now. Don did it last night. You've got it this morning, so you guys are already proving to be good listeners. We wanted to have a ticker at the top of the screen and just make sure that everybody always knew what day it was. And there you go. There it is. Got a good group of streamers, so I'm excited to work with all you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I know. I'm always looking forward to getting constructive feedback and ways I can improve. People are just usually so nice that like there's chaotic one in there right now saying best streamers in the world. They're so nice that you never really know how to improve, and that's what I love about you, Leatherneck. You came in and you told me right away what I was bad at. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But
Well, and I
I
mean,
mean,
when you look
realistically, it
through like
is.
and I gotta say, shout out to the point task team real quick because it makes the start of my job pretty easy when the week that I come in, the point task is about what do you guys think this stream can do better. So that was pretty perfect. But I mean, you guys in general just do a great job. Obviously, as the PT said, 95% of the text was the streamers are great, but here's my idea, and so we took all those ideas into consideration. It was great.
Yeah, it was a perfect PT, perfect timing on that PT. Really was. So I'm just quick going to that career pitching screen to show Frick Delling, the new saves leader. I just think that's so cool. So we got to see two longtime records get broken. We saw the stolen base records by Bartholomew Brown get broken, and we also got to see, if you were watching last night on stream, you got to see Frig Delling set that saves record. Just wanted to again point that out because it's such a rare occasion you get to watch a season one player's record get broken. Um, Considering the differences in the way the league is from then and what it is now, super cool. Uh, so yeah, just wanted to again give them the proper shout out. I'm going to go ahead and bring us forward to July 24th. This is going to be the first day of stream games. I'm going to hit save game. We do not have a pred up yet. So let me see if I can go into mod view. I'm not sure if our mods. Usually they're for the early streams. You know, they might be a little. They're still waking up, getting the sand out of their eyes, getting ready to rock and roll.
There's one up.
Is there one up? Okay.
Yeah, it's coming up right now.
Oh.
For your gambling pleasure, if you have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Will the score be tied at the end of the 5th inning?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had to count the numbers in Gambler to make sure it was a real phone number. Will the score be tied?
I never thought about that, but as far as I know, it is.
So just to confirm, we are going to be doing Seattle at Nash. Seattle at Nash. Let's go down to that one if I can find it. There it is. Before we do that, let's see what game in the series is this. Just since we just got the pred up, I'm not going to give a ton of time for it. This is the second game in the series. Looks like Seattle lost yesterday. Nashville obviously contending for their division, one of the top teams in the champions. Nashville is probably the favorites for this game. This is a primetime game. I did not go and look up the stats like I usually do, but I'd imagine that Nashville is the heavy favorites in the primetime point task. Seattle up and coming, a lot of players still building. I'm on the Seattle minor league roster. So is Rabbit and a slew of other, good users. So Seattle's on their way up. Even a lot of their lineups really young. Passes first year up in the majors. Commander Warsmoke's first year. So Seattle's up and coming. Ivy DeVries, that's another young player. So there's a lot of young players in Seattle. This team's up and coming. But we'll see if they can pull a game from Nashville today. Really what they're trying to do is take over that over-under on the casino line. I believe the over-under had him at like 36 wins or something like that. If Kobe hops in, he'll be able to tell us.
And if you look, it for this particular matchup doesn't favor Seattle, because if you look at how Nashville has done against Ivy DeVries, the second, third, fourth, fifth hitters hitting over 300, only one, Nash DeVille, hitting under 400. So a very good lineup in Nashville just in general, but specifically against this pitcher so far.
Oh, that is true. And that's a good reminder now to move that and go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and hide the ticker and the nameplate as we head into the game, because I forget that the overlay hides the pitcher's stats. But yes, Ivy DeVries 0 for 1 with a 9.31 ERA against Nashville. LeatherNeckMike, we didn't discuss, but how would you like to do the announcing for this game?
If you want to take it because it's your stream, that's fine with me.
All right, right on. And then we'll just have a little bit of color analysis as we go. All right, we are in the game. Seattle is going to be batting first with David Doug at the plate. We are underway with a flyout to left field. Mac John is on the mound with a 4.3 ERA, and that is about to go up just a smidge as Jimmy Arenado gets us going. They are now up. Seattle's now up 1-0. That was a quick home run. Wow. Well, that is how you start a stream off, with a little bit of a bang. Bradley Wellerman in his farewell season now at the plate. He's going to ground out to the shortstop. Mac John probably didn't expect to be starting off in the hole already. And now we got a runner on first with Commander Warsmoke up, and that'll retire the side. So,
Not the worst first inning ever. You get a few pitches on a ledger under that 15 mark you usually like to see. Only one run.
only one run off the solo shot by Jimmy Arenado. That's his 10th. Now we got Nashville up to bat, so Kudo goes down, and DeVille is going to get himself on base. So the 2-hole hitters each starting off with a hit. After the 1-hole hitters were unable to do anything, Sabert Randberg strikes out. That's 2 in the inning now for Ivy DeVries, who's really had a pretty decent run here in the majors. ERA is 4.32 and a 4-6 record, but they've had some outstanding games this season. As Nashville's going to go down on strikes. Seattle's back at the plate. Pee Wee Rise puts one into right field. And now we got Nasbase's player Pass, who's going to get a double. It's going to go all the way to the right field corner. And it's going to give Mikey Hinckley a chance with 2 runners in scoring position and no outs. So Mac John finding himself in early trouble, and he's going to give up a 2-run single there to Mikey Hinckley. Mike Hinckley only batting 167 on the season, and he came in the game batting cold. Did exactly what he needed to do as Seattle starts off the game with a couple of crooked numbers in each inning. Ozzie Bordeaux, and he's going to keep it going. Ozzie Bordeaux, the 9-hole hitter, also batting 167, keeps it going. So now they're both moving up to 171. David Doug, leadoff hitter, is going to record the first out of the second inning. Mac John having a rough go of it here to start the game, but they're only down 3, and we know that Seattle's pitching has historically given up a lot of runs this season. Well, when I say historically, I mean this past season, these past games. So Bradley Wellerman Jr. will get Mac John out of the inning, and now we're going to see if Nashville can get some runs back. Diving grab in center field by Pass to put out Wynias Cove. Hayden Andrews sends one to right field. Mikey Hinckley will throw that into the cutoff man. And Nashville's got a runner.
I just want to say real quick, we mentioned before the start of the game that 2 through 5 was where DeVries really didn't do well. Got out of that section with only 1 hit.
Yeah, and that's great. And they're going to get out of the inning without any runs. So Seattle winning 2-0 through 2 sets. I think that's game, set, match for them. Probably not, actually, as we still have 7 more innings. This isn't tennis. Commander Warsmoke goes down on strikes. And we're going to see Pee Wee Rise up to bat with 2 outs. Mac John delivers a strike 3. Seattle goes 1-2-3, maintaining their 3-0 lead, but not increasing it. Over to Nashville. And I believe the first 2 hitters are going to be Waxhammer, Sokudo, and then you have DeVille as the third one. But the top 2 hitters that we're seeing here, those are the GM-controlled players. So we'll see if they can get their team going. And now we got Nash DeVille up, batting 295. He's going to go down too. Ivy DeVries is dealing right now. Really having no issues with this lineup, only having that 1 runner in scoring position thus far. Duke said we got 3 in the booth. Bazooka Joe will be here. He's had a little meeting this morning he had to go to, and then he'll be back. Mikey Hinckley goes down on strikes. We're going to see Ozzie Bordeaux batting 171, and he's going to increase that. He's going to pass Mikey Hinckley in average. They were tied. They were seeming to go blow for blow on average here. David Doug will end the inning. So that's it for Seattle through 4. Nashville up, strikeout for Ivy DeVries as they continue dealing. Sabert Randberg is cold. Mo Love, the home run derby champion, Mo Love, is going to not hit a home run. Instead, he's going to get a 4-3 ground out and put Wynias Cove up. And we get another 1-2-3 from Ivy DeVries. an impressive outing thus far. Oh, and new cover athlete, Mo Love. I know I threw a vote in for Mo Love as cover athlete. I just love the name. I just wish they were on Detroit, Motown Love, Mo Love, but hey, I'm sure Nashville's glad they're not on Detroit. As Bradley Wellerman sends one to the wall and finds himself on second. So Seattle, another runner in scoring position with Dustin Becker on the plate. Dustin Becker goes down. So they had one out with a runner in scoring position, and now Commander Warsmoke's going to have to try to do something with 2 outs, and they will not. A lazy liner to the second baseman will snuff out that threat. And Nashville's still nothing going. They're going to need 3 runs to make the prediction come true. If you voted yes, it's going to be tied. But you know what? Hayden Andrews Jr. is going to give him a runner on base with no outs. Vidal Valor Jr. up at the plate. And we got ourselves off the shin guard of the catcher. That's going to be a pass ball. So now, Nashville with a runner in scoring position. And 1 out is Martinez Momspuna at the plate. Strikes out again. Wow. Ivy DeVries, when I thought that maybe Nashville would have a chance to put a threat up, Ivy DeVries gets 2 strikeouts, but look at this. Waxilium Summers with the single is able to score the run from second. Now he's standing on second. So now if Sakudo can get something going, he goes up first. So Nash DeVille, all Nash DeVille's got to do is put one to the wall or take a walk.
Or load him up.
Or load him up. Bases loaded for Robert Ramberg, who's cold. And he continues to be cold. That's rough.
You always want to get home when you load the bases, whatever the out. And now the question for Seattle is, do you take Ivy DeVries out of the game? A lineup that traditionally he struggled with, but you've gotten 2 times through the order, almost completely clean, only 1 run.
Yeah, I didn't see the pitch count. That's something that I'd be looking for. But I can't imagine they're going to want to go to their bullpen because it's not their strongest suit either. So we'll see as Seattle goes.
Thing, it's only 70 pitches, so if you want to leave them out, you can.
Yeah, I think they're going to. So Ivy DeVries stays in the game with a 3-1 lead as they quest to get through this middle part of the order, something they've struggled with in the past. Hayden Andrews Jr. at the plate. He hits one hard to the wall, and Pass is going to pick it up, hit the cutoff man, and that's going to hold him to only a double. But it is a double. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs for Vidal Valor Jr. Can they get a run back? And here we go again. Now Ivy DeVries is once again going to be pitching from... Oh, he gets taken out of the game. Hex Waters the 5th comes in. And Hex Waters the 5th is going to do exactly what he needed to do. He gets the 1 out. It was a 4-pitch... Was it a 4-pitch out or a 1-pitch out? I don't know. We'll find out next inning when he starts off on the mound. Ozzy Bordeaux pops one to right field. So we got Doug and Arenado. Arenado with that solo shot in the first inning will be back up now. And now we got David Doug with his solo shot. Seattle increases their lead 4-1. That is a 423-foot blast straight down the middle. I mean, that was a 45-degree angle from either foul line, straight down the middle. Jimmy Arenado strikes out, so Seattle does have a 4-1 advantage, and they're still going to go through the middle part of their order now, as we see Akio de los Santos pitching, and he puts him away.
Seattle, as usual, ruining my primetime.
Seattle ruining probably a lot of people's primetime, and I'm going to guess some of that survivor pool going on in the casino as well if they win this one. Kobe will have all the stats on that if Seattle does hold on to win this game. But there's a lot of game left, and we'll see if Seattle's able to lower their team ERA, because this is a team that gives up a lot of runs. We've seen...
Yeah, 32 innings to 12 ERA for himself. Not the best account.
Wow, that was an animation, if I ever saw one. And Seattle gets out of that inning there was an interesting shot to left field by Robert Ramberg that the animation kind of skipped on us, and then that was about the fastest turnaround throw I've ever seen in OOTP. As Akio's back in the mound for Becker Worsmoke Rise. Dustin Becker gets on base with a single. Worsmoke goes down on a 2-2 pitch. Pee Wee rides at the plate. Oh, and we got a error. So Seattle's going to find themselves with a few men on with only one out. And that's a double play ball by pass, and they will turn it. So Remy LeBeau comes in, gets the double play ball they were looking for. And Nashville is back at the plate. Winius Cove, big swing as we see Hex Waters continuing, and that was not caught. He gave chase, reached up, could not get it, so it went over his head to the wall, and now Nashville, with no outs, has the ability to maybe get some runs here. Hayden Andrews Jr. hits it deep enough for a sac fly that'll move Cove over to third. And then Valor hits it to center, but the right fielder gets it, and that is another sac. So a couple of sac flies scores a run for Nashville. But really, you're giving away too many outs for the amount of runs you need. You can't be given 2 sac flies per inning to get a run, but we'll see. Hex Waters still dealing on the mound. Waxilium Summers at the plate now with a runner on first as Martinez's mom Spuna walks to second because Waxilium Summers is going to first. So now we got Ichiban Sokudo. Takes a strike 3 to end the inning. But Nashville does get 1 run back. This is Seattle's last chance to improve their lead. And then it's going to be back to Nashville to see if they can complete a comeback here. So Mikey Hinckley, the right fielder, hits it out. And we're going to have Ozzy Bordeaux and David Doug. David Doug, who hit a home run in his last at-bat, batting .256 on the season, goes down on strike. So a 1-2-3 inning for Remy LeBeau. When we return, it's going to be Nashville's last chance. Look at that. We're back. The commercial breaks in the PB are outstanding. Nashville strikes out. So we got the cold-hitting Robert Ramberg, who hasn't done anything today of note. Sebastian Telfair on the mound. And just as I said it, Ramberg looks up in the booth like, yeah, I did nothing today. Now he's on first. Congrats, you got a single. Mo Love crushes one to center. Pass. Able to make this strange, kind of an awkward catch out there. And then Winius Cove hits one to right field. So a runner on first and second. We got the tying run on first with Hayden Andrews Jr. at the plate. And he's going to go down swinging as Sebastian Telfair puts his game away. Seattle wins it 4-2. We got a lot of prime times going down.
Already an upset already on day 1 of the stream. And if you're Nashville, some guys are more upset by this, some guys are less. You get 11 hits, you only scored 2 runs. What does that mean? You couldn't hit with guys on base. But hey, at least you could hit. Almost everybody in the Nashville lineup got a hit. Seattle did pretty well. 8 guys get hits in this one. Good starting performance from DeVries as well against a lineup that he didn't particularly do well against last time out. 5 2/3, only 1 earned for DeVries. John gets the loss. 6 innings, 3 earned. So a quality start still. If you're a Mac John, Telfair the save. Waters will get a 2-inning hold.
Yeah, we also had those home runs by David Doug and Jimmy Arenado. Moving on to other box scores around the league, we got the Pathfinders and Crabs. They were, let me just go ahead and do that. There we go. Just getting in the new swing of things here. Pathfinders, Crabs. Crabs are going to extend Toronto's losing streak as these two teams battle out for the bottom of the division. The Pathfinders had a good end of the game, but couldn't get anything going early enough. As Deathridge had 2 RBIs and a couple of 3-hit days from Bambi. No, it is Bambi. Yeah, they were traded there, and Rodrigo Wallach. Justin Ferns with a 2-hit, 2 RBI day for Providence, and then it's another 2-hit, 2 RBI day from Cassius Consideration. So a 3-hit, 2 RBI day. The losing pitcher is Winolito, And then Pitch Lord moves to 4-11 with a 9.7 ERA as they take the loss. Peter Dawson III is your player of the game. Mike, you want to
Sure.
alternate box scores? You want me
So
to keep going? I can do either way.
no. We can alternate, just
Yeah, yeah.
whichever way you do it. Buffalo goes to 500. They win 8-1. Thriller with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Same for Mato. So good days for Buffalo out of the middle and bottom of the orders. The Raptors really had one good day. It was Ziegler. He came across the score himself, got 2 hits and an RBI. Pitching wise, the winner for the Surge, if you could scroll down.
Yep.
Thank
So
you.
yep.
Toll trade, 7 innings, 1 earned, brings his ERA under 3, 116 pitches, a true workhorse outing, and just the second loss of the year phenomenon. 4 2/3, 5 earned, one of the worst outings of the year to go with the loss, brings that ERA back to near 4. When Toll trade, your player of the game in Buffalo.
Sorry, I got distracted. They were saying one of us is hard to hear. If we could
And
just get,
probably me.
yeah, I am the one. Yeah, we can't hear Scud. He is the one you can't hear right now. But let us know. I can't. Well, I can maybe turn you up in Discord because I have you all the way up in
Yeah, you can.
OBS.
Yeah, you
Um,
could do it in Discord.
so let me
Sometimes I'm
see.
really loud in Discord. Sometimes I'm really quiet, and I do not know why.
Yeah.
My input volume up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn you up to. I'll turn you up to 140% of Discord, and then if anyone else could confirm that it's better as we continue to go, let me know. Sorry about that. Sorry about not scrolling. I got a little sidetracked when I read that.
You're good.
Uh, moving on to Sloths Aviators. Sloths win 7-0 as they shut out the Aviators. We got Bartholomew Brown with a 3 RBI, 3 hit, 2 run day, really leading that offense. Outer Banks, nothing really going. Offense quiet. Only 3 players getting a hit. The winning pitcher was Glorbenspiel. And the losing pitcher was Lanky Schramm, moves to 7-6 on the season. Starburns Glorbenspiel is your player of the game. Oh, oops, I gotta step in that open in browser button.
Vancouver picks up the win over the top team in the Legends, New York, 7-4. They had a great early start, and that's how it stayed. Phillip, 3 hits and 3 RBIs on the day. 2 RBI day from Yeti Taz on New York. The 4-hole hitter for Vancouver and 3-hole hitter for New York, getting it done for their respective teams today. For Vancouver, Sheet got the start, but not the win. That went to Cook, his 4th win of the year. Jumbo gets a loss for New York, and Pierre Phillip get your player of the game. Starters came out early due to a rain delay in the 5th inning in New York.
Oh, wow. Fun OTP stuff there for teams to deal with. Going on to Toros Demons. Toros wallop the Demons 11-4. As we are going to see 3 RBIs from Troy Murphy, Fekio Cow, and another 2 RBIs from one of my favorites here, Unruly Diamonds. Unruly Rowdy Diamonds are clear, not cloudy. Anytime I can throw the diamond graphic up, I'm doing it. And then Detroit, nothing really doing. A couple of 1 RBI days from a couple of people. Not nearly enough when they gave up as much as they did. We're going to see John Cowgill get the win. We're going to see on the other side Clay Holmes get the loss. That's a lot of players coming in for Detroit. Their whole bullpen is going to get used as a starting player gets your player of the game.
Yeah, 114, not a great record.
No.
DVS picks up the win over the struggling Space Rangers pretty late. It was tied 2-2 until the 7th when DVS broke it open in the 7th, 8th, and the 9th, 7-2. Your final here. 3 walks for Smalls. That's a good day, all things considered, when you can only take 2 at-bats in a 5 at-bat game. Shu had 2 hits for Lunar Base, and that was about it for them, unfortunately. Not the best day to be on the moon, which is where we were for this game. How did the pitching go on the moon? We'll tell you about it. A complete game, 2 earn from
Nice.
Rousey, 6-7 on the season. That's obviously your player of the game. Polis 6 1/3, 2 earned. Iceman actually got the loss. He's the one who's helped it all fall apart in the 7th and 8th innings from the moon. I always wondered how you keep the ball in the yard
Uh,
on the moon. I
well,
never quite figured that one out.
I believe all they do is they weigh down the gravitons in the local area, and once
Uh
you got
huh.
the gravitons about equal to what the gravitons on Earth are, it plays the same. Though if they use bigger granules of sand, it'll slow the ball down. So they get finer sand on their infield, and that fine sand will help speed up the ball to make it more realistic. Anyways, well, that was a masterclass in BSing. All right, Haruguru's and Apex. Uh, Mike's like, yeah, why did I even join this? This was a mistake. Apex wins 7-6 over the Rougarous as we get a battle of some of the top two teams in the Champions Conference. Look at Dazingile. I'm sorry. I cannot pronounce this name. Dazingile. Gets a massive 3-hit, 4 RBI day, but look at the 2-hole hitter on the other side. Sean Crash also getting a 4 RBI day, but only 2 hits from them. So Apex, the 2-hit RBI day from the Apex is going to matter a little bit more there as that one run victory comes through. Filthy Paldi with the loss. We get McFlourish with the win, and Calm Chicken gets the save. Their 6th of the season. Dazen Guile gets the player of the game in the game notes. So congrats to Dazen Guile. We just saw the Serpent Star, so we're going to move into the minor league box scores.
Chicago defeating California, a difference of 20 wins between these two, and it went to the team who's got 20 wins less than the other. A huge 8th inning for Chicago brings them back. Obviously, Yusuf had some part in that, 2 hits and 2 RBIs in the game to Cantor with the other two. On Spiro for California had a nice day. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, came across a couple times himself. One of those on a home run in the 4th inning. Jimmy, 6 innings, no earned. You hate to hear him after that performance. Renji, 5 1/3, 2 earned. But the winners are Cronny for Chicago, the loss Conkling for California. Slippin' Jimmy, the
I love that
player
name.
of the game in Chicago.
That is one of my favorite names. I don't know why. Slippin' Jimmy. It's just a fun one to say. Hepcats Ranas, your PBE Ranas, are
Nope.
taken down by Mike's Hepcats here. As we see 2 hits from Angron World Eater and Carson Warwick, or excuse me, 2 RBIs from World Eater and Warwick, and another RBI by Atlas Jones. Puerto Rico blanked, but they're bots, so we don't really care to read off what they did. As David Corrigan gets the win, and Randy Colon gets the hold. David Corrigan is your player of the game.
And you always like to shut out bots.
I do love to shout out bots. They're always listening. Actually, the ones I should shout out because they're the ones that are always listening. The players are hit and miss. You guys might be listening, might not be, but I know the bots are always there.
BCB 8-5 win over the Wheelie Dealies. Eschenbaugh, 3 hits, and 2 times he came across himself for Bruce City. Webb, 3 hits and 1 RBI for the Wheelie Dealies. James got the start for BCB, 4 2/3, 3 earned, 5 runs. So when that error by Jones cost them a couple, Chambers though got the loss for Anchorage, 2 innings, 6 earned. Rough start. Patrick Issenbaugh, the player of the game.
Patrick Eschenbach, Trap Hags player. It's player of the game. Mingo's Steeds. Mingo's win 5-2, getting back to 500 on the season. Florida had a RBI 2-hit day from Brianna Rose Sabor and a couple of 2-hit days from Mark Honcho and Boys to Chess back again. And no RBIs over on the State College side to note. And Florida pitching, we had George Gorgias with the win, Kumtowski with the save, and Archie Richards with the loss. As they go to 7-5, George Gorgias is your player of the game. Last box score for July 24th.
Two top teams of the minors, Louisville and Amarillo, duking it out, and the Lemurs win convincingly, piling on with 4 1/9, 9-3 victory here. Both teams had a lot of hits. Two guys with 3 hits on Louisville, and two with 3 hits on Amarillo as well. But the difference, the RBIs from Kwanzaa, 4 RBIs on a 3-run shot in the first inning. Most of those coming off the 3-run shot anyway. Not a good day for pitching, so let's see who the victims are. So we'll start with the better, Robbo Dibble, who 5 1/3, 3 earned off 10 hits. Not the kind of day you want in the hits department, but hey, kept it in the yard and kept the runners out of home plate for the most part. Who got the loss? 4 2/3, 5 earned there. Man gave up 3 earned runs and only got 2 outs in that big 4-run eighth inning. Kreis von Christelhauser tied the Miners' regular season record for doubles with 3. I feel like that has about 50 people in it at this point. And Stephen Moore Jr., your player of the game in Amarillo.
In Amarillo. So that is going to conclude July 24th as we head back to the stream schedule. I'm going to move my ticker down to July 25th, and we are going to be watching a minor league game, Louisville at, well, Amarillo, the Armadillos. So we're going to see that last box where we're going to see the, I believe, the final game in that series. As we head back to the OTP view here, I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Save Game. And then we're going to hit that check mark moving to the 25th. I'm going to go ahead and save again. Why? Because that's what I do. There is our Lemurs Armadillos game. We're going to bring up that managed game stream or view here. I'm going to go ahead and hide the overlay so everyone can get a look at the pitchers as well. Looks like Harold Smith is the one who has not had a good time against the other team this year. And it's really just that second, third, and fourth hitters for him. So kind of the same thing as we saw last game where the pitcher struggled against the middle part. But not, well, no, second, third, and fourth, not really your middle part, but we'll see. 3 home runs. Stephen Moore Jr. has really had their way with him, batting .333 with 3 home runs against Harold Smith. And then on the other side, Sidney Hughes batting .346 against George Braxton. And Palindrome, an S53 Create, batting .357. So should be an interesting game. It looks like we could probably look for some hits coming in the top 5 of the order against both these pitchers. Anything you'd want to say, Mike, before we start this one?
Not that anything of note. I think you about cover it.
Right on. Then without further ado, we're going to head into the PBE Bigger Strange Pod presented by the Burrow. We'll see if the Lemurs can take on Amarillo.
Down in Texas, it's the Lemurs and the Dillos, and Jenny Pink will start us off against Harold Smith. Smith, the starter, 88 innings this year, make that 2/3 at the back, a 4.67 ERA, giving up just over 100 hits and make it 47 earned runs as Stephen Moore Jr. gets more out of his at bat. First pitch of it, he sends it deep. That's his 10th home run of the year. Not
Fourth
the
home
start
run.
for Harold Smith.
Yeah, 4th home run off Harold Smith, right? That's the one we were talking about. He had 3 home runs against Harold Smith coming into this game. So just
So
like
1-0. Now runner on.
Yeah, just like that, Harold. They do what we wanted them to do. They make us look like we paid attention to the right stats.
Like we know what we're talking about. That's always what you want. Here's Christopher Hoff. Never mind. We're gonna have a steal of second base and gunned him down. D. Lincoln says, "Thank you very much, sir. I would love to get my team out of this inning with a runner standing on second." And yeah, it's how you get them out pretty easy, guys. Stick man. So he will strike out to Cornelius George Braxton. 10-3 on the year. Great starter for the Lemurs. 2.51 ERA. 114 innings, and he will not like to see a drop at first by his first baseman Hoff. Should have been an easy throw from Griffin at second base, but it was not handled well. And now that might cost him a run. This is a hit from Drone, and that is going to be a tie ball game. So the Dillos tie it mostly thanks to an error and a palindrome double. So here's Walter Walterson. A drop pitch on 1 and 2 will make it 2-2, and Walterson will fly it calmly to right, and that'll leave 1 on second with 2 down. Here's Chris von Kreistelheimer, player of the game from last game out, and he's going to keep up the good performances. That
Not a
is a
double
run.
though. Not a double. So
Not a double. Yeah,
not what he's usually doing out there against the Lemurs.
not a double. It was 3 doubles last game, but this game it's just an RBI single. Only an RBI single. Got to pick it up.
Got to get it
2-1,
going.
Amarillo. So 5, 6, 7 due up to face Smith. Smith 13 pitches after 1 inning. So again, not the worst position to be in as a starter if you've already given up the 1 run. Remember, 3 runs is considered a quality start. It's assumed you will give up runs. Not every outing is going to be a shutout. Zelski gets on first. Then Baltz comes up, deep fly ball to right, caught against the fence.
I thought that was out of here. Yeah, we got to watch both the home run derby winners today, right? We got to see Chris Hoff now on the Lemurs, who won the minor league home run derby.
And Crawford is going to load the bases with 2 down for Ping. First pitch, and that's going to be hit into center field, and that's going to make it 3-2. So the Lemurs say, no, you can't take my lead back. I would like that. I'll take it back. 6 hits already in an inning and 2/3 given up by the Delos starter Smith. Now wild pitch will put him on second and third. 2-1 count for Moore. Grounder to third, got him out. A very interesting game so far, T-Den. We've seen a lot of action.
No non-crooked numbers. You know, I don't know what you. No round numbers up there. You know, we don't have any zeros.
No zeros. No zeros through 3 half frames. Sandshrew is going to get a hit.
Has there ever been a game in PB history where every single half inning had a run?
Oh, I'm not sure. I mean, there's been an awful lot of PB games played.
Spring training, maybe. If it happened, it was probably in spring training.
That definitely could be. Yeah.
Spring, especially in the, everyone's putting people out of position for XP, and I could see that. Probably not in regulars. It seems unlikely to have happened in regular season.
As we get a reach on a late throw from short, one of the features of the minor leagues, no one has arm strength. They're still developing. Another pass ball will set Kwanzaa up in a nice position. 2-1 count, fly ball deep to center. Will this advance the runner? Center fielder is shaded over. Yes, it will move him. Now to 1-1 with 1 out. This is driven deep to left, and there is your Miners Home Run Derby champion, proven why he is the champion. 17th home run for Christopher Hoff, and that will put him into the lead on his team in homers over Kwanzaa, whom he scored. It is now 5-2, and the Lemurs have scored in every inning. Seymour Baltz walked. Here's Abe Ghosty. The 0-1, that's going to be a tap on the bag, short to second, and that'll be the end of the Lemur half of the third. Here's Sidney Hughes. Liner into left, that's going to be a single. Now here's Palindrome.
Who owns
single
Braxton?
For an RBI.
Oh, not here.
Yeah, grounded into a double play. Didn't ground it through the infield this time. And Walterson, 3-2. This is into right, so you would have loved for Drome to get on here because this might have scored a run. But unfortunately, they'll just reset things. Kreishalzer will, I'm never going to say that name right, will strike out and leave 1 aboard. So we're through 3. I don't think you're panicking yet if you're the Dillos. But they're still going to, leave Harold Smith in the ball game. You got some time out of him. So what's your number, T-Den, as a manager where you're looking to eat innings with a guy? You're just going to leave him out there at that point. Is it 5? Is it 6? Where's your line?
Well, I think it really depends on the flow of the game. Like if it feels like it was a low scoring game, and then all of a sudden we're down by like 5 runs, and where you're at in the game matters too. But like if like in this game, there's just a lot of runs. It seems like at any given point, a team could hang a 5 on you, right? So I think I would be leaving him out there to continue to eat, not an eat innings, but potentially even take the win, because I don't see why the armadillos couldn't just hang 5 on the lemurs at any given point. It's kind of how I feel. So I
Quiet bottom half of the fourth. That is the third goose egg in a row for the Dillos. Go ahead, Tito.
yeah, I was just gonna say, so you got to kind of think you got a feel of the game. Like here we get a home run from Robin Griffin, so it's like, okay, that kind of now it's starting to get in that territory. Like you got to put up some runs in the next couple innings because you can't leave them out there to continue to eat bats if the lemurs are going to continue to run up the score. Um,
And they're going to pull him. So that was the breaking point for the manager. Almost Rich into the game. 35 innings this year, 3-0. Doubt we're going to be in for a decision here. 2.55 ERA. So a very good early innings reliever. Paulo Zoelski flies out to right field. Seymour Bolts coming up. 2-2. Bolts goes into right. And I can't see it because of the scoreboard, but I'm going to say it's caught. And I'm going to be correct. 6-2. Lemurs leading the Dillos. Didn't have a very tight score the first game. Now we're not having a very tight score here either for the battle of the two top teams in the minor league. Lion Court grounds out. Sears Stickman. Fly ball, left field. Another easy inning so far for Braxton, who's having a phenomenal game. He will walk Sidney Hughes. Here's Palindrome. First pitch to Drome, that is dropped. Good sprawl from the catcher to prevent the runner from going to second, and Drome will strike out. So a great performance from Cornelius George Braxton. 79 pitches through 5 innings and only 2 given up, and he calmed down completely after that first inning. Rich will face Ghosty, Crawford, and Pink. First one of those getting on, and then a not so double play from Shaquille Crawford. 2-2 pitch to Jenny B. Pink. Jenny B hitting a single. And maybe more be driving in a run.
ooh.
Let's see what Stephen Moore Jr. can do. Well, Jenny B. Pink can be getting thrown out at second base. 2-2 is a lazy fly that the center fielder will grab. And that'll be it for the Lemur half of the sixth.
I love anytime I love throwouts, and there's a home run.
Walter Walterson getting it out of the yard. Now he's 2 for 3 on the day. That 1,000 OPS will climb ever higher. 6-3. So Dillo's in striking distance. If you're a reliever for the Lemurs, it just means you can actually record a save.
Perfect.
Von Keiselhauser.
Is this stat
Oh, go ahead.
padding? Is that stat padding?
Yes, it is stat padding on behalf of the Lemur late relievers. It's
They're
stat
intentionally
padding
doing
from a
that.
starter to a reliever. Jordan Love, 0
Nice.
for 3. That's not surprising with that name.
All right. First of all, Jordan Love is the greatest quarterback to ever step foot on a football field.
Okay. Wait, you're not a.
Oh yeah.
You're not.
Yes.
Oh.
You didn't know. Oh, you didn't know I was like that.
Oh. Well, we might have some issues in this relationship.
The booth is quickly becoming hostile. Tell me you're not
Yes,
a tell me you're not a Chicago person.
I am.
Oh. Well, this is
Yes,
awkward. I actually don't want to do this anymore with you.
you are. You dirty. You stink. You
Tito.
smell of cheese. And you know what smells of cheese? Ununa woot. Loading the bases with 1 out.
Oh no. And
2-2.
then
That's a clutch strikeout. Here's Abe Ghosty.
Chaotic is a
To
Vikings fan. Oh no.
what?
This is terrible. Blow
Well,
the
we
whole
found the
thing
one
up.
place where we found the one place the NFC North is well represented.
Yeah, right. Oh no.
7-3 now. 2-2. Lazy fly ball. We'll get it in the center field. and throw it back in, and there goes the save opportunity.
Another check. So get this: my aunt has tickets. I'm not going to distract us from the game too much. She has season tickets to the Bears and the Packers. So figure that one out. And she cheers
What?
for both teams equally. Yeah, I know. I know.
That's not correct.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't. Yeah, well, you go to her apartment and she has so much memorabilia from each team that it's just like I don't know. And she just loves both teams equally. She goes to all the Packers home games and all the Bears home games as long as they don't collide. And if they collide, she just picks and chooses. Strange
What a
relationship.
life.
Well, she got
IKEA Blahaj in the game now for the Dillos. And Jenny B. Pink back up for the Lemurs again. 2 for 4, make it 2 for 5 today. Stephen Moore Jr. been thrown out, I think, twice today. Maybe it's only once. He will ground out. And that's the end of the top of the eighth. See, this is the kind of blowout material you get with us.
That's right. We are going to make sure no game is worth paying attention to into the ninth today. I'm just kidding. Actually, the last game
Walter
wasn't that
Walter.
bad. It was only 4-2 at the end, and they had runners on base in the ninth.
Well, we got runners on base in the eighth, and now it's not runner. It is runner. First and second for Brent Goldberg. Fly ball into left will not advance any of the runners, and it'll be up to Jordan Love. Jordan Love showing that lack of a clutch gene, just like the
Oh
Packers in the
no,
playoffs. We go to the top of the ninth.
this is brutal.
Last chance for Lemurs to add.
And just like the Bears, this is not a playoff game. I'm just kidding. Oh no,
Hey, we had more wins in January than you did this year.
that's fair.
Kwanzaa, this is a deep fly ball to right, and it is gone. So it is 9-3. We have officially entered blowout land. This is the last game left running. Everybody else is done.
This game's gone on for a while. Of course, I
So we've got a Hoff homer, we've got a Kwanzaa homer. So both of the top guys in home runs on that team have hit one out today. I feel like we've seen a lot of stuff leave the yard today in general. So the Lemurs will score 9 in this one, unless the Dillos can somehow put up only
last
6 runs.
chance.
Sand Shrew grounds out. It'll be Snore Summers to try and continue on for the 3-inning save. Second out from the catcher Lion Court. It's up to Stickman, who walks. Now it's up to Hughes or Stickman to get thrown out again. 2-2, strike him out, end the game. 9-3, the final. The Lemurs win down in Texas, and they will now pull ahead of the Dillos in the standings. We saw this game. We know what happened. Griffin had a hell of a day. We got bombs from Kwanzaa and Huff. We had a real good day in Louisville. We didn't have the greatest day, but we saw Walterson hit his 17th, so that's some consolation for the Dillos. Smith the loss, Braxton the win. Let's get to the box scores.
All right, that is it for the live streamed game. We're going to
And
go
why
to.
don't I'm gonna do something that the
Okay.
people want. Why don't we go from the bottom up so we get to the Champions Conference for the Legends?
Okay, I like that. We're gonna do Rana's Hepcats to start. We're switching things up. We're going crazy here.
I
Uh,
lost to the bots. Amazing. Love it.
yes, the pitcher Michael Dion took the loss, and we can move on. I just kidding. Kansas City Hepcats
No,
not gonna.
no, yeah, that's fine. No, I'm completely fine with that.
AJ Justice got one RBI, one hit. That's it for hitting from Kansas City. And then, yeah, pretty much Michael Dion took the loss. So we're not going to dwell on that too much
The
uh,
giant pile of suck continues.
we're not going to let Michael Dion think about that too much.
Flamingos and the Swift Steeds. Flamingos go a game above 500. They win 5-2. 3 RBIs from Honcho, although he did leave 5 on base as well. 2 from
Classic.
Healer, 2 hits from Healer.
That's a
Excuse
Jim
me.
Hawkins move.
Blonde, 3 innings, 5 earned. I don't know if I've ever seen 3 pitchers pitch exactly 3 innings before in OOTP, to be honest. Pelican gets the win from Florida, and that is way too long a stadium name. So I'm just going to say we're in Pennsylvania for this one, folks.
That's right. Lilo Pelikai is my wife's player, by the way, so she got the win there.
Oh,
Is the Bears take down the Wheelers in what was a tied game all the way into the bottom of the ninth, and a Laura Clough run-scoring single versus Rothschild would end it. We got an RBI from Anchorage from Zen Bobris and Bobanetti. And then over on the Bruce City side, Laura Croft actually coming in for Marshmello to DH and get that hit. So they actually had 2 at bats. So they came in at some point for Marshmello, inserted in the 7th. So kind of an interesting box score there. Something you would not see in the majors, by the way. As they don't have the lineups they don't have the lineups to support that. Treadwell's going to get the loss and the blown save, even though Rothschild was the one who, well, it must have been Treadwell's runner then that Rothschild gave the hit up to. And Mander with the win. Ryan Alvarez is your player of the game, who is the Bruce City starter.
California defeats Chicago, so they take revenge for the last one. 8th and 9th is where the only runs got scored, and it was Johnson who got one of them, and Beavers who got the other. Chicago only had 5 hits on the day. Not a good day for the Chicago order. Innings Eater did more than his job. 6 innings and no earned runs. Lore, 7 innings and no earned runs as well. It was Votto who got the loss. 2 and 6 now on the year. 8 wins for Lore, by the way. Big up to save. Thor Lore gets the win in Chi-Town.
And we already saw the Lemurs Armadillos. It's a game we watched, so we're going to go to Stars Seattle. Nashville's going to take this one from Seattle after we watched them lose last game on stream. They're going to win 5-2. Over on the losing team side, we had 1 RBI from Pee Wee Rise and Ozzy Bordeaux, and then Nashville's going to have a 3 RBI day, 2 hits, and a run from Vidal Valor Jr., who had a home run as well, their 18th of the year. What is this? Chris Cash. That's the Chris Cash. Cassius Cash, the batter, Toronto, and Chris Cashier. 5 and 10 on the season, taking the loss. As Toby Ziegler gets the win, Blaze gets the hold, and Smith gets a save. Toby Ziegler, the starter for Nashville, is going to be your player of the game. 7 1/3, strong outing.
I gotta say, Chris Cash wasn't very cash money there.
Oh
Linder
man,
Base beats Death Valley 6-5. Rock Eater gets 3 hits and 3 RBIs. He really rocked it.
all right.
3 hits from Plainview and 2 RBI.
Someone get the soundboard off him.
Reeves, you started it.
I did
Reeves
start
steal
it.
4-leg steal number 6. Green gets the win, 7 1/3, 5 earned. Bummus doesn't get a decision this time. How unfortunate. 6 innings, 3 earned. I still blame him for the loss. Big Red Rock Eater, all capitalized for some reason, is the player of the game. On the moon.
With that fine sand and heavy gravitons. Toro's Demons. Oh, looking ahead, Alpha Nerd's going to be your player of the game. Rookie.
I heard the ball is made of antimatter, actually.
It is. Yeah. It's made of antimatter, actually. You misheard.
Oh, antimatter. Okay.
Antimatter. The Demons win 7-2 against the Toros, going to 26 and 43 on the season. 1 RBI from Feko Ikao and our Clear Not Cloudy. And then on the Detroit side is where the majority of the RBIs took place. We have Ruiz with 2, Alpha Nerd with a 3-hit, 2 RBI day, earning them player of the game. We're going to have center fielder with the loss. And we're going to get Corin Abernathy Jr. with the win. And Alpha Nerd, as mentioned, was your player of the game.
New Orleans and Indy. New Orleans wins this one at 6-2. Guile 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Indy had a couple of 2-hit days from Callahan and Enderman. Let's see how he did with the pitching. Schlossberg, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 10 strikeouts. Really good day from the New Orleans starter. Rainpool, 5 1/3, 5 earned. The loss, not such a great day. Steven Schlossberg, your player of the game at the home of the Indy 500. Tiden, do you know you are muted?
Oh, well, let's do that again. I did not know. I had to cough again.
I thought I lagged out in Discord for the third time today, and then I pulled up my phone and you weren't saying anything either.
Whoops. Well, let's try this again. Hey, this one should be flawless because I had a practice run. Voyagers
Mhm.
dismantle the Vandals 7-0 as Sebastian Otash had two triples, tying the Voyagers record for triples in a game. Then that's their eighth of the season. Matsui Hidari with two RBIs, a run and a hit. Nothing to really speak of on the Vancouver side. Cash considerations taking the loss, and the Lake Monster Cove with the win. And the Legends regular season game record was two
Yeah, so much
triples
for
tied.
flawless.
Yeah, not flawless.
By
Yeah,
the
I
way,
know.
back-to-back games with the rain delay. This one
Back to
had
back
22
games.
minutes, so it is just pouring in New York. Also, you did not say the player of the game's name correctly.
Well, I can't pronounce that, so I can't read. All right, that's gonna make it really tough.
No laughing matter for Toronto as they lose their eighth in a row. Crabs win 6-3. Bubs 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Toronto has 2 hits from 3 separate players, so not a bad day with the six for the Pathfinders. But their pitching could not find a path to victory. It was a loss for random, 6 innings, 6 earned. Eben Duck got the win for Providence, 6 innings, 3 earned, a quality start next to his name, and he gets the player of the game next to it as well. A clear 74-degree day in Providence.
All right, Sloths, Aviators. Aviators win 4-3, beating the Sloths. Trento and Marcus with two hits and two RBI a day from Stewart. Nothing from the Little on that Stewart Little combo there. Murphy LeSwift leading the Outer Banks Aviators, three RBIs, two hits, two runs. Batting 262 on the season. Artemis Aria, no decision. Lenny Longpipe with the loss. We are going to see Ryan Stryker Jr. take the win here coming in the later parts of the game. Murphy LeSwift, rightfully so, is the player of the game.
Boise defeats Buffalo 9-2, a big ol' 6-run ninth inning. Helped them get there over the line. Ziegler had 4 RBIs on the batter's side out of the 2 hole. Now 54 on the year goes into the team lead for Boise. Only 4 hits total for Buffalo. Kaufman had a good start to the day for Buffalo. 6 innings and 2 earned. Westbrook, a unfortunate saddle with the loss. 2 innings and 1 earned run from him. And then Madison is where it all fell apart. Just a third of an inning and 6 earned runs. Sloppy Joe for Boise with a not so sloppy start. 7 innings, 2 earned. Frosty Steele with a save, and Sloppy Joe, your player of the game in Buffalo.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and file save as that concludes the box scores for today. We're going to have a bunch of quick sim days. I'm imagining we're going to have some without date games, though, probably this next one. So we're going to go 26th, 27th, and 28th, all quick sim days. So let's go ahead and move on to the 26th, and there is no games on the 26th. I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Save there, and I'm just going to make sure I'm looking at the world scores here so I don't miss something. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the 27th, and we are going to get we're going to get a full slate of games. So I'm going to hit File, Save. We're going to go ahead and start in the Champions Conference, then go to the Legends, then go to the minor league games. So we're going to keep things interesting here. I'm going to go ahead and just move my ticker down though, because this ticker is just as much for me as it is for everyone else. It's how I make sure that I don't screw something up. So I've got to keep that on point. So we're going to look at the Serpents and Toros first. I'm going to go ahead and hit quick play there. I like to go quick play game by game when we're doing the quick sim days. Keeps things interesting for me. Toros 7-1 beat the Serpents. Serpents, nothing really going. Pee Wee Rise with an RBI. The Toros had 2 RBIs from Troy Murphy, starting pitcher, also adding an RBI, 2 hits, and the clear but not cloudy Diamonds with an RBI and 3 hits. Going down, we got Maijiro McQueen with a loss, moving to 2-14 on the season, and Usada Pecora with a win, 7-6. So they get to move into the positive column when it comes to the win minus losses. Usada Pecora is your player of the game.
Game 2 of the day. New Orleans pulling it off in extras, 4-3 against the Scorpions of Death Valley. Not a great day for Bullworm. 4 strikeouts. That is the platinum sombrero. A lot of I like to point out stolen bases when I can. 4 on the day for New Orleans. Death Valley, Janolius is the only guy who had that much of a day. 2 hits and 1 RBI. Eshelman, 6 innings, 1 earned for New Orleans. A solid day overall, but it didn't get one till the end. So Goat Tank gets the 3rd win of the year. Keith will get the loss for DVS after a strong start. Pruitt, unfortunate. You go 7 innings, only 1 earned, and you don't get a win. And you're player of the game, but you don't get the decision for your own team. Unfortunate day for Pruitt in New Orleans, down on the bayou. Hopefully not in the middle of a hurricane.
It's the battle of a couple of 26-43 teams fighting for that 3rd place in the Champs East. Demons Space Rangers. We see the Demons pull ahead, moving to 27-43 on the season. Danger Dollarson, who is cash money, gets 1 RBI. Doesn't hit it, but gets an RBI. Must have been off a walk or a sac fly. So looks like it was a sac fly. And then we have a 2-hit, 1 RBI day from Lou Williams. That's Lew Williams. On the other side, Rhino Leg gets 2 hits and an RBI. As Lunar Base is the losing team there. Strider with the win, Blanca with the save. A Ford with the loss. Player of the game is Strider.
NK Day and a loss. Indy and Nashville. Nashville will take both teams to 41-29 with another extra inning win in the Champion West. Or East, rather. 2 RBIs for Mo Love, getting himself back on track. That was a home run in the 6th. And Summers walked it off the home run off of Mick Flourish. For Indianapolis, the 2 RBIs came from catcher Scudder on what was otherwise an incredibly quiet day. Ball 5 2/3, 2 earned. Stoner 7 innings, 2 earned. Katarina with the win. McFlourish with the loss. Dizzy Stoner, player of the game.
All right, going up to the Legends Conference. We're going to have Vandals Raptors. Vandals are going to beat their division leading Raptors 4-1. That's what Bazooka Joe gets for leaving us hanging today on stream. That's right. We punish people here in the PvE. Get punished. Walker, McLovin, Phillips,
No, we
and
only punish them
Turner.
for using AI. That's the only thing we do.
Oh, true. And tampering, but we haven't had a good one of those in a while. McLevin Jr., if that's your invite, GMs, get in there. Yeah, Bailey, I will punish me BB. I don't know what that means. Walker, McLovin Jr., Phillip, and Burgers with an RBI on Vancouver's side. One RBI from T Rex Dan. It is not Trex Dan, it is T Rex Dan on Boise's side. We got Andy Beans with the win. Max Velo with the save. Phantom takes a loss. Andy Beans is your player of the game. Oh man, Bailey's getting yelled at by Damo. It's all going
Oh,
downhill
we got
now.
a no-hitter. Oh, we got a perfect game. We got a perfect game for Jimmy Benico.
Wow.
Toronto, a 2-0 win on a perfecto. A stark highlight.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to stop.
What are you doing?
I'm
Ruining
sorry.
a perfect game.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I was trying to get hyped, and I got too hyped.
A highlight in an otherwise dreary season for Toronto. A perfect game at home from Benico. Obviously, a win in the perfecto. Only 6 strikeouts with this perfect game, so got a lot of help from the defense. San Antonio, a loss for Tatum. Obviously, if you get a perfect game, you're going to be player of the game. And let me see how many perfect games that is in the PBE.
Yeah, I just
Quickly go to the index.
I saw John Cena on the soundboard. I'm like, oh, this seems like the time. It was not, but
Uh,
I'll take it. That's
oh,
incredible though. Retired all 27 he faced, fanning 6 of them, walked none, and nobody got on base. Wow. I
well,
mean,
if
this
anybody
is
knows how many perfect games that is, because the index only has no hitters. Unfortunately,
well,
this 369. So we've had at least a no hitter in back-to-back years.
I'm
The
not
last perfect game was 2062, and it was Johnny Patey. Oh, actually, it's notated here. So this is the 8th perfect game in the league history. Only
wow.
the 8th. Congratulations, Toronto and Benico. First no hitter, or first perfect game, excuse me, in 7 years.
Wow. Well,
First perfect game in the history of Toronto, and I believe that is their first no hitter. I think,
I mean,
or I believe, if I'm reading this correctly. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ivy Leaf has a no hitter, not a perfect. That was one walk in 2040. So the first time, at least a no hitter in 30 years in that franchise.
yeah, that's
Obviously,
incredible.
the number one performance of the day.
Yeah. Well, congrats to them. That is something we're probably not going to see again for a while. Uh,
Oh,
cool moment. So we're gonna go ahead and go Surge Aviators. I don't know, Mike. You cut out there. I'm not sure if you were still gonna say something, but
oh, I did. Oh, nope,
oh, there
I'm
you're
good.
back. You're good. Surge Aviator. I had a little digital. It might have been me. So, anyways, Surge Aviators surge back to 500, beating the Aviators 7-2. There will be no hitter in this game as we get a 2 RBI day from Damian Thiller and JC Tomlin. The Aviators only getting the 1 RBI from Murphy LeSwift. Moving down to the box scores, Brigham Irons gets the win. Is that Minerva Madsen gets the hold. Kim Ji Woo gets the loss. JC Tomlin is your player of the game. We also had a rain delay in the 5th inning of this one.
Final majors game of the day: Providence defeating New York 5-2. 3 RBIs from. Is that Cadreru? Is that a Rod Carew reference for Providence, the second baseman? That'd be
God,
interesting.
I always thought it was just baby talk. Cadreru. That's what I was told,
Yeah,
Joe.
I
Feels
figured
like it feels like I'm doing baby talk whenever I say their name. Cadreru. I'm not
the
sure.
inverse of Rod Carew. 2 hits for
Oh.
Yanez. He's had a good sim so far. P-Dubs Woods, 6 innings, 2 earned. Cruiser, 5 innings, 2 earned, but neither starter got the decision. That was Ransom Jones who got the loss for New York in 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 3, his worst outing of the year. Meta got the win, 2 innings, no earned. Franklin Judge Cruiser got the player of the game honors for Providence in New York. Now we go down to the minors.
Rana's Kingpins. Rana's lose as Chicago moves past, or as Chicago moves past the Ranas in the record category, going to 24 and 46. Chicago had a 3-hit RBI day from Aiden Marcus, the first baseman. He's the big bat there. And then we got Nicholas Huizinga taking the win, moving to 7-9 on the season and getting player of the game. Beating
Am I
the
the only one who
Ranas.
thinks the bots are doing a little too well for being, bots?
Yeah, well, I can tell you that we do audit their team, the SimFile. They are audited, and they are all exactly what they're supposed to be. But I'm thinking there's some hidden sliders that we don't have access to that maybe the SimFile people are moving around. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we should nerf the bots. Anyway, speaking of a team that doesn't need a nerf, Kansas City loses again, 6-5 down to BCB, who's had a good sim so far. Those Brew City Bears. Eisenball with 3 hits, 2 RBIs from Mello. Kansas City World Eater had a 3-run home run in the 8th inning. Biggest Titius Midius, 5 1/3, 5 earned. He gets the loss. Bruce City Wolf gets the win, 6 1/3, 2 earned. Leroy Wolf, the player of the game in Kansas City.
State College, forget it. We'll just go to Swift Steeds Firehawks.
Safe, solid, Swiss seeds.
Cake solid state solid steed Swifties here lose 4-1 to the Firehawks as my left side goes completely numb. No RBIs
Oh, you
for the
might want to
first
get
8
that checked
batters.
out.
Well, after stream, PB comes first.
Oh, okay.
Diego Ramirez with 1 RBI, 2 hits. California with Zach Johnson the third getting 3 RBIs on 1 hit. Looks like it was a 2 RBI home run and then maybe a walk or something there. I'm not sure, but he gets 3 RBIs, leading the Firehawks to the win. Taco Bell gets a win. Backel Jr. gets a save. Lastic gets the loss, and Taco Bell is your player of the game with 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run.
Lemurs and Mingos. Lemurs win. They are now 48 and 22 on the season. More 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Florida 2 hits from Knopf and back again. And the pitchers, Ian Rubbish was not rubbish this game. 8 2/3, 2 earned. Macher, I wouldn't say they were rubbish, but they weren't great. 4 2/3, 4 earned, 4 walks. Ian Rubbish, your non-rubbish player of the game. In front of 15,000
Oh,
people
I,
in sunny Florida.
I just need to confirm it's rubbish or rubish. Have I
Oh, I
been
thought it
saying
was.
it wrong? I always said
I thought it
rubbish.
was. I mean, it's spelled like rubbish.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
rubbish.
it's rubbish, mate. I mean, we're in the EU streaming time right now, so we
Yes,
definitely need to.
next season this will be the EU stream, so you can all you Euros can bring your punchkis and your schnitzels and your beer steins to the stream. We'll have hopefully some lovely graphics and an actual European, maybe,
Maybe. We'll see.
maybe.
I will be there, but I will not be the actual European.
No,
The Armadillos dismantle Anchorage. We got 3 people with 3 RBIs, as we got Stickman, Walter Sand, and Kreis van Kreiselhauser. There's your European in this game, all getting those 3 RBIs. Anchorage gets 2 RBIs from Curtis Jones and 3 hits from him as well. The win goes to S53 player Flop Quads, and the other S53 player Oilio Rock Yentef, also known as Cornholio backwards Yentef, takes a loss. Stickman is your player of the game. We will hit file save on this date as we conclude it. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off. Big name here though. Benico gets that perfect game. That is so cool. I love to see it. So we're in the 27th. We're going to another quick sim day on the 28th as we continue to roll through
I did not
days
know
here.
Fetty started his own cult.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Coves and the Yedifs, and pretty soon, gang wars here. So we're gonna go through this one. I'm gonna hit file, save again. We are on the 28th of July. We're gonna go top to bottom on this one. So we're gonna continue to switch it up. I'll start off Krebs Voyagers. Let's see. Voyagers get the 5-3 win over the Crabs. It looks like Carl Beatty Jr. had a good game for New York. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, 2-2-2. And then on the Providence side, really not a ton of great hitting days, but we do have a couple of RDIs from Southworth, Cadbury, and I believe that's Jordan Thompson. Yeah, so he had 2 hits. So he's the only multi-hit day there. Alessio takes a loss. Joey Moose Jr. with the win as they go to 8-2 in the season. Jones with the hold and Cove Secret with the save. Carl Beatty Jr. is your player of the game.
Boise wins 8-4 over Vancouver. 3 RBIs for Callahan and Hopkins for Boise. Vancouver gets 2 hits from Walker, 1 hit from almost everybody else except for 4, 5, and 6. Most important part of the order went hitless for the Vandals. Aren Arencanum? Arcanum. Sometimes the text is a little small for me. Arencanum, 5 2/3, 2 earned. Clap, that one's easy. 6 innings, 4 earned. Neither one of them got the win or the loss. That went to KBS the win, and Shrub the loss. Tommy Callahan, your player of the game in Boise.
Sloss Pathfinders. Sloss get the win 8-7. So
No perfect game here.
definitely no perfect game here. They should have picked Benico again as the Sloths go to 40-31 on the season as they're chasing down Boise. We got Ted Woofington Jr. with a 2 RBI, 1 hit day, 1 run. And then the Stewart combination of Stuart Little getting 2 hits, but the Stuart Little combination here getting 2 RBIs total, and Malcolm Kell also getting an RBI. On the other side, Toronto, they get, Goran Eames, that's right, gets 4 RBIs, 2 hits. Then another bunch of 1 RBI days for the bottom of the order. Mike Boss, the third, gets the win. Rockman gets a save. Yeetaball with the loss, going to 2-8 on the season. Goran Eames is your player of the game in a losing effort, however, as San Antonio wins.
Also, by the way, one more quick note on that perfect game. That was the fewest strikeouts ever in a perfect game in the history of the league. It tied 2 other games with the fewest for a no hitter or a perfect game. So, again, major props to the defense for Toronto. Props to the defense and the pitching for OBX as well. Only 2 hits given up in a 4-0 shutout. Outer Banks pretty much had everybody do some work. RBIs from 4 individuals in a good team game for the Aviators. Let's look at the pitching. It is Jones, 6 innings, only 1 hit given up, no earned runs. Then Porter, then Nansen to close it out with a save. Wombat Jones, your player of the game for Buffalo Whiskey, goes down to 6-7, 7 innings and 4 earned ones. Westbrook closed that out for him in the Outer Banks of Alaska.
Moving on to the Champions Conference, we have Serpents Toros, and it's going to be the Serpents who win 9-7, having a pretty good stream so far. Lots of home runs as we get them from Arenado, Warsmoke, Hinckley, and Bradley Wellerman. That is going to be the winning effort. Putting the ball over the fence is what the Seattle is going to need there. As on the other side, Cancun gets 3 RBIs from Feko Ikao with 2 hits. But they lose, and Lee takes the loss, and Seattle's Blue Sky gets the win. Sebastian Telfair gets a save. Victor Cortez is your player of the game. I missed him. That is 3 RBIs, 3 hits, so congrats to him.
Rougarous win 4-2, 12 hits as the team converted to 4 runs for New Orleans as they go to 47 wins on the year. Bullworm led the team with 3 hits. Death Valley had only 1 multi-hit game man, and that was Plainview. The Kid got 4 2/3 and 2 earned. Ramiro Rosas got the loss with 2 earned as well. Flecken, 7 innings, 1 earned. Go take the save. He got a win earlier in the stream. Now he gets a save. And Fenrir Lycan gets the win down in New Orleans.
All right, Detroit and the Space Rangers fighting for that third place in the Champions East. Demons are going to pull further ahead, getting another win. That's their second in a row against the Space Rangers, winning 6-3. The top of the ninth, really providing all the run support for the Demons here as they went into it down by 2. 4 hits from Ruiz, 2 RBIs. Biff Slamus with another 2 RBIs. Biff Slamus hit the 2-run single in the top of the ninth, and Lou Williams drew a walk to score a run as well in the top of the ninth. On the Lunar Base side, Big Red Rock Eater with 2 RBIs and a hit. Detroit's pitching staff here, Shohei Ohtani gets the win, their 5th of the season, and Chatty Johnson gets the loss and the blown save, their 5th of the year, as Leonidas Ruiz gets player of the game.
And Indy beats Nashville 6-4. The final score. Leadoff man doing a good job. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, which means got production out of the bottom of the order.
Mo
And
Love.
that came from Payne and Gagne having 2 hits. Yes, let's look at how T-Den's favorite player in the world did. He had a hit and 2 RBIs. He led the team in the second stat. Mulder, 5 1/3, 5 earned for Nashville. Farnsworth, 7 innings, 4 earned. And the win for Indy. McFlores to save Brian Hayes, your painful player of the game in Nashville.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where did the Dr. Pepper come from? All right, going down. It was a chat. We had Vic and chat put a little tongue twister up there, and I was just giving him a little, showing him I could talk about do it.
Yes, to see if you will once again not call them the solid state drives or whatever you did.
Oh
Yes,
boy.
Chrissy.
Uh-oh. It sucks. I did what I could. All right, as Wheelers beat the Armadillos 4-1. Amarillo with a 1 RBI day from Palindrome, and that's about that. And then we get a couple of 1 RBI days on the Anchorage side from Austin Webb, King, and Bo Benetti. Going down to the pitching, Takahashi takes the loss. It's only his 2nd of the year as Dirk gets his 4th win of the year in relief. Austin Webb is going to be your player of the game.
Louisville moves from taking on the Dills to taking on the Mingos, and they get a shutout victory here. 3-0 the final. Griffin, 2 hits, and Zwelski drove him in a couple of times. Louisville, 8 innings from Lopez, no earned runs, only 2 hits given up. Kirkpatrick, 4 2/3 and 3 earned. Shout out to Oter there, by the way, 3 2/3, no earned. A great relief appearance to pick up Florida. Sadly, the offense couldn't help them. Cesar Lopez, player of the game.
Bruise City Hepcats, drum roll please. Right, the Hepcats win 6-5. Of course, Michael Dion wasn't on the mound, which is unfortunate for the other person in the booth today. However, it is fortunate that his team wins, which is what he really cares about. Is on the Bruce City side, Levine gets 3 RBIs. Thicker McThick gets an RBI, and Jacques Poe also gets an RBI. Kansas City had a 2 RBI day from Hoy 4 and Les Scoden. So 4 RBIs accounted for by those 2 players. Noble gets a loss. Paj Boba gets the blown save. Cologne gets the blown save over on the Kansas City side, but McKinley able to come in and get the win. Ford Lincoln Mercury, who is not mentioned at all, gets the player of the game as they had 3 hits.
Yeah, I gotta say, in my opinion, blown saves are just BS.
Oh, God.
State College wins 3-1 over California. Healer out of the leadoff spot got one of only 3 hits that were made in the whole game from State College, or as T-Den would say, the solid state drives. Mihire and Johnson had 2 hits for California each in the 3 and 4 spots. Balik, 5 innings, 3 earned. Ramirez, 6 innings, no earned. Jackson Ramirez of State College, the win and the player of the game.
So I'm just saying there's no reason to have that many words in this big of a name. Right? Like, just, you don't need all these letters. This is too much. So congrats to the State College state drives for the 3-run per win there. Moving on. File save. I think I'm just lazy. I
Are you
just give
going
up.
to sim the Chicago game?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do the
Doo,
Oh,
doo, 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 doo. There
hey,
you go.
that's why we keep you here. That's why we keep you here. Uh, that's why we brought you on to keep things like that from
I
happening.
was gonna say, what do you mean keep? I've been here for 10 minutes. You can't keep yet. I have to arrive.
As the Ranas beat the Chicago Kingpins, tying them now at 24-47 on the season. On Chicago side, in the losing effort, you get a 2 RBI a day from John Taton. In pitching side, you're going to get a loss from Oru Kronji and the BS blown save. That's his first of the season. Balker Wheeler is going to be your player of the game. Again, skipping the most of the Puerto Rico stats since that is our bot team. Now I'm going to hit file save. Going to the stream schedule, we're going to go down to July 29th. We're going to get Brew City at Kansas City. So a couple of city team
Uh-oh.
names here. So look at that. Brew City,
Oh,
Kansas City. Okay. I was like, dang, streamer curse to you, maybe, is I'm going to hide the overlay for the first time in what feels like 45 minutes. As we look at this game, did you want to give a quick chat about it? Or do you want me just to start it? I have to go I have to use the restroom quick. So
Oh, okay. No, you can go ahead and start it up then.
I'm going to go ahead and start it, and I'm going to leave you alone for just a small bit, just enough times to wash my hands and come back. I have to say that because otherwise someone in chat is going to say, you didn't wash your hands. All right. Have fun. I'll be right back.
Yep, this is the European part of the stream because he's a peon. Anyway,
All
top of the
right.
first here. Jeff Bass will face David Corrigan. Corrigan 2-9 on the year, struggling with a 6.38 ERA. But he will have a nice start striking out Jeff Bass. Here's Melo Monsieur. 2-1, and that's a ground out to third. As a little dribbler that'll get through the left side of AJ Boucher. Jecto 2-1, a grounder to second, over to first for the out. Top of first is done. So here comes Speed Kills to face Fletcher Jones. Jones was sub 4 this year, a 3.6 ERA in 87 and now 2/3 as he strikes out kills. 35 earned runs on the year, only 20 walks to 83 hits given up. So he does give up hits in his innings. His whip is over 1, but he really doesn't walk a lot of people. As I say that, he walks AJ Justice. Here's Ford Lincoln Mercury. And he will put one out to pasture, just like one of his car brands, with 2 outs. It's first and second for Hoy 4, and Hoy 4 will ground out and have to pay for a DLC to get a hit, apparently. We go top of the second. Patrick Eschenbach rounds to second, and there you go. Another out. Thicker McThick flies out in foul territory to right field. Corrigan's having a nice start so far. 1-2 to CJ Levine, who strikes out. World Eater, Warwick, and Bone coming up. Bottom of the second. And Art Engaron World Eater? I don't know how to say that.
You said it right.
Did I? Well,
I don't know.
welcome back, little dribbler. How are you?
All
Atlas
right.
Bones, 1-1, rounds out to second, and there you go.
All right.
But what that? No, that's not me. That's what Dame said. He said. I said there's a little dribbler through the infield. He said no, little dribblers in the bathroom. Fair enough.
Oh, jeez. That is brutal. Oh,
Uh,
no.
Tweedlecock. No comment from Tweedle on that one.
Please,
Grounds out.
please,
Mellow
everyone
as
stay
well.
quiet on that one. I don't,
Jeff Bass
I don't know what the
flies
crap.
out.
This is bad. Can't we get the when's thicker? I'm not. Never mind.
Les Scoden flies out to
Oh,
center.
God. This has gone off the rails, man. It's a
Speed
violation from the
kill.
boss, man. Yeah.
Speed kills walks.
Wow.
Only one hit so far, and that is throw him out. Nice job from behind the plate. That was Tweedlecock who threw him out. The 1-1 Gnome Child will get a base hit, so that might have put a runner on third if Kills had not gotten killed by the catcher. Threw him out. There's a fly ball from Justice, and this will end the inning. So we've got a quiet one going. We're through a third of our ball game, and it's 0-0. Mellow Misturer walks. AJ Boucher, little dribbler, down to third. A good pick up and throw from Gnome Child. It's kind of a hard one when you got a bare hand those.
I'm
It can be
triggered.
a really tough throw.
I'm triggered.
Jekto walks. Eschenbach strikes out. Well,
This
you're going to
is
have to get over it pretty quick.
this is who should have been up.
McThick, long fly into center. Oh, and it's over the head of the center fielder. Hoy far couldn't find it. He got lost looking amongst all the DLC, and it's going to be 1-0. I really hope that's supposed to be a Hearts of Iron 4 reference, because if it's not, none of these jokes make any sense. 1-0 Bruce City after their half of the fourth is done. Ford Lincoln Mercury puts one through between shortstop and third. Here comes 24, betting 328 on the year, 0 for 1 today, as the sun sets in Kansas City. And this one will go to a set-up right fielder. And this one will set up in a fan's lap. Edgar on World Leader with their 10th of the year. 2-1 Kansas City lead. As the fireworks fall on the spectators. That can't be good.
We let him have it.
Jason Warwick. Now that's over the top of the head of the center fielder. So now that's Misturer who's let one go over his head. Had one from Kansas City last inning. Now we got one this inning. It's hard to judge, when it gets a little bit closer to night, you kind of someplace you have shadow, someplace you have don't. It gets hard to judge for an outfielder, and we've seen that here today. The Scoden strikes out. So Casey will have the top of the order in the fifth. Meanwhile, we'll go to the bottom of the order for Bruce City. 8-9-1 due up in the fifth.
I hate this player
from
now.
Oregon.
I'm sorry, I hate Tweedlecock now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
no offense to them. Really, probably a great user, and they're doing what they need to do. But after today, I don't know if I'll ever be able to look at them the same. Bruce City's going down in order.
We go to the bottom of the fifth.
Cork
Speed kills. Aligned into right. Now the 0-1, the Gnome Child, that'll be nobody's going to get anything. So a tough handle for Boucher there. Here's AJ Justin. Oh, we're going to have a steal of third from Speed Kills. So he can't steal second, but he can steal third apparently. 1-2 to AJ Justice. Long one into left. This will be a sac fly. 3-1. A little blooper from Ford Lincoln Mercury, who is now 3 for 3 and has put another runner on third with only one out. Here's 4. The 0-1 to 4 grounder to the second baseman playing on the left side of the bag with the infield in and the shift. This is World Eater, who homered last time up, who lines out to center this time. It is 3-1 Kansas City. An upset going so far here on stream. After 5. Juan Legacy point in the game now, so a real good outing for a struggling Corrigan. Juan Legacy point, one of the longest tenured Hepcats.
That's right, Dame. I am wiggling my magic fingers at OTP after what you said about the little dribbler. So good luck getting past the magic finger wiggle here, as I'm cursing your team for this game. But then again, the other guy in the booth also needs to be cursed, so we'll have to see. I might just have this one be a tie for eternity.
Whirlwind von Helwick comes in. So again, it's just a 1 inning short of a quality start, which, hey, in the minors, 5 innings, 3 earned, might as well be a quality start. Still getting used to going long here in professional baseball. But von Helwick is not having a great start. We got second and third with one away for Speed Kills, who's gotten on once today. will not get on this time. Grounds out into an infield in. Here's Gnome Child. Little blooper into right. No problem for the right fielder. Ice and ball. And we will go to 6-7-8 in the Bruce City order. There's the shortstop, McThick. 1-2 today with an RBI, although won't be getting on here. Let's fly out to the center fielder, Hoy Fuller. Levine, little blooper.
Oh,
Oh, couldn't quite get caught by Kills, just misjudged it. He called off the right fielder as well, unfortunately. So that's going to be a runner on first. Now a run from Levine is safe. Bones couldn't throw him out. 2-2 to Tweedlecock. Ground ball. Short will not make the throw.
get this. They got something going now.
And there is an insane person on the mound for the Hepcats now. It is 3-2. Croft grounds out, and they go fielder's choice on that one. So here's Bass. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Sato, a pinch hitter, who walks. Big situation for Bruce City, the 1-1. And it's going to be the end of the inning. So the crazy man who ran onto the field
Took the
with
mound.
shoes on ran onto the mound, and he got a couple outs, and security is escorting him away back to his leather jacket. Ford Lincoln Mercury strikes out. First time this game he's not gotten a hit. Now, Hoy 4, strong one to right, but that is not going to go much of anywhere but the right fielder's glove. Oh, and the crazy person is back on the field, and they've gotten an out. This is getting really interesting.
Jacques.
He now he's walked one. Oh, and they finally gotten him off of the field and off of Twitter. And this is a double play for Skinster McKinley. It took him an awful long time to warm up and get that fan off the field.
Yeah, that's a big double play though. It felt like something
Yeah,
was
it
gonna
is.
happen there.
1-1 for World Eater, and that is lined into left for an out. Here's Warwick. 0-2 to Kaysen, struck him out. So Von Helwick, remembered, not the calmest of starts, had a couple on, but has done a very good job otherwise, hasn't allowed an earned run yet. Atlas Bones grounds out. So Von Helwick's got 3, and we got a close one
Yeah,
here.
stay tuned for after the game where we interview West.
Oh, no, we will not be doing that. We don't interview streakers.
Oh,
Tigger McSick walk. Sinister McKinley going to stay on for the save, by the way. You're fired. Tweedlecock, 3-2. This is hit into the air. Here's Lara Croft. Final chance for Bruce City, and Hepcats win. Hepcats win in Kansas City. They upset the Bears again. 3-2, the final score. And much like your Vikings on a Monday night game, the Bears are
ooh.
allergic. The Bruce City Bears are allergic to winning.
See, this is the second time we've
Mr.
seen
Dane.
Croft come in for the mellow and get an RBI in a DH, in the DH substitution spot. Look at that. Kanye West gets the hold, and McKinley the save, Legacy Point the win. All right. Player of the game is Ford Lincoln Mercury. You said they only had one at bat, where they didn't produce. So
Yeah, 3 out
not
of 4 today.
not shocked to see that. So we are going to go ahead and continue through the other minor league games as we got the Flamingos taking on the Lemurs. They're going to go back to 500, winning 9-6. As Griffin and Kwanzaa get 2 RBIs on the Louisville side. And we got Chase Hunter, the whole top half of the order getting RBIs for Florida. Home run by Jeff Hawkins. It's Louisville pitching line score. Robo Dibble takes a loss. George Gorgias with the win. Boys at Chest back again is your player of the game.
State College upsetting California to give the Swisteeds their 28th win. Big day from Agrippa, 2 hits and 3 RBIs. California had 2 guys in the multi-hit, Montespero and Beavers. Let's go down to the pitching. Jimmy, the loss, Richards, the win, and Cassius Agrippa, your player of the game in California on Firehawks.
Armadillos Wheelers. Wheelers win 4-2 as Armadillo has a 2 RBI day from Walter Walterson, and that's going to be it from them. 3 RBI day on the other side from Antonio Bubonetti with 1 hit and 1 run as well. So accounting
What
for
was
all
his name?
4 Bubonetti.
Oh, that's not what you said the first time.
Anyways, it was an accident if I didn't pronounce it that way. Guess who gets the loss? 6-6.
And Bubonetti. I was like, what?
Well, I can't read. The good news is I
Oh,
have
Bubonetti.
a proven history of not being able to read. So
Uh-huh. Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Chambers with the win, McDougal with the hold, Treadwell with the save. Joshua Chambers is your player of the game.
And Chicago loses to the Bots again, this time 1-0. Only RBI was for Bots. So we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Rinzi, unfortunately getting their 10th loss despite having a good game. 5 1/3, 1 earned. Player of the game is a Bot.
Yeah, I apologize to Chicago there. As we go to the Bears Hepcats, we already saw that game, so we're going to go champs first this time. And we will start at the bottom and work our way up as we're going to talk about the Apex Stars in a Champions East division race. The Apex go ahead by 2 games. They win 6-3. And Indianapolis, we get D. Fernandez with 2 RBIs, Callahan with 1, and then another couple RBIs at the bottom of the order. Nashville's going to get it. Saubert Randberg, who was cold earlier this stream, seems to have broken out of that slump with 2 RBIs and 3 hits in 4 at bats. Marcus Bernard with the win, Mac John with the loss, and Maurice Bernard is your player of the game.
All right, Lunar Base defeating Detroit. So these two have been trading barks so far in this series. 7-3 now. Lunar Base winning. They got 15 hits. A very good day for the team. 3 guys with 3. So you see a good sign you've had a good day on offense. 3 multi-hit games from Detroit. Let's go down to pitching. Polis, 5 innings, 2 earned and a win. Holmes, 0-15 now, 2 2/3, 5 earned runs and a loss. Rhino Leg, your player of the game.
Rougarou Scorpions win 6-5 in a close one, taking it in extra innings, needing 10 to get her done. It's going to be Mills who does the last scoring in this game as well, that's not true. Bottom of the 10th, they drew a walkout. Top of the 10th, Lon Gnomes is going to do the last scoring in this game as they get 2 hits and an RBI, 2 RBIs from Lamborghini and Literal Flamingo. And the losing effort side, Alaskan Bullworm gets 2 RBIs. Guy Rosie started, gets no decision for Death Valley, but Tim Krablin and Ray Xavier are going to get the win and the save in that order. And Filthy Puldy with the loss, 3rd of the year. Literal Flamingo is your player of the game.
Cancun beat Seattle. Now 43-win Toros get most of it off of the home run in the first from Oikau, but they get all of it from Oikau, the run production anyway. RBIs, 1 besides that 2-run homer. Seattle got all their production against Montang off of Wellerman on a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. DeVries had another strong performance, 6 1/3 and 3 earned. Unfortunately, settled with a loss on that one. Nova Montang won the duel, 5 2/3, 2 earned, but sadly, Cancun didn't take the lead quick enough, so it's Martini who gets the win despite Montang's nice performance. Feka Oikau gets the win.
All right, going into the legends, we're going to go Aviators Surge as we continue to go bottom to top. Aviators win 2-1. Tight game. They needed the bottom of the 9th to win that one. That's going to be Shrimp McDaniel that scored that last run as they had 4 hits and 2 RBIs on the day. So really, they were the offense in this game, as well as Manny Lau be moving over to Buffalo and getting 2 hits and an RBI. McIntosh gets the loss. Fridroff Nansen gets the win, going 5-5 in the year. As expected, Trent McDaniel is your player of the game.
Boise and Vancouver. Boise wins 7-1, a big one here. Bunga had a great day, 4 hits and 3 RBIs, doing what a number 4 hitter should.
Yeah.
Vancouver had multi-hit days from Phillip and Burger. Sheet with the loss, 4 and a third, 5 runs, 3 earned. So the error from Hitakesh cost him 2 runs. Didn't matter in the end though. Namanon, 14 and 2, 6 and 2/3, 1 earned. Utabanga, player of the game.
Utabanga hit a cycle, a single, double, triple, and a home run. So congrats to Utabanga hitting for the
Oh
cycle.
wow!
So very
I
cool.
did not notice that. Yeah, Utabanga hits for the cycle. The last cycle was Hayden Andrews a year ago on this exact date, July 29th.
Wow. Cool.
So we've had a cycle and a
Yeah.
no hitter
We've
in the
had
same stream.
well, perfect game, Santa cycle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, even more
perfect
impressive.
game. My apologies.
So
Yeah,
this has
Great-
been
great
a
rep.
stream for the record books. Well, so was last stream with Frick Delling saves, but hey, this one here, the Voyagers squeak one out 1-0. Look at no runs the entire game. Then in the bottom of the ninth, Hidari hit a single RBI single. Matsui Hidari. So that's going to be it for
And it
RBIs in
was a
this game.
single RBI, so you were
It was
kind
a
of right.
single RBI single. There we go.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for the offense in that game. As Pitchlord actually went 7 1/3 with no earned runs, something you don't typically see from him in his low TPE world. Leharm James gets the loss, and Bakugo gets the win. LaShawn Maximus Marbo Delaney Pitchlord is your player of the game, but they did lose as a team.
Sloss beat the Pathfinders 3-2 in a very tightly contested game. All 3 runs in the 6th inning. Stewart had 2 hits. Pretty much everybody had a hit except for Marcus and Wolfington. Got good production up and down the lineup. Only the middle of the lineup for Toronto really produced here. 1, 2, 3, and 9 did not. Winalito gets the loss, 5 1/3, 3 earned. Glockenspiel, 6 and 2/3, 2 earned. Starburns, oh no, not Glockenspiel, Glorbenspiel. My apologies, gets the win and the player of the game in snowy Toronto.
And that is going to conclude it for today. Utabanga getting your performance of the day. So we've had some really nice number one performances of the day today. As we're going to go ahead and go to July 30th and look at that. No scores. So we got a quick sim day there. And then we're going to go to July 31st. So we're going to watch Lunar Base at DVS. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure again on world scores. I will check box. And then we will go up to Lunar Base at DVS. As I'm going to go ahead and move into, I'm going to hit File Save since we're on a new day. And then we're going to go to Manage Game. So, DVS started off a little slow this year. I wasn't sure what the sign of disgust was from you.
Oh, that was for Always a Bummus, of course.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Some more Bummus love. He always seems to get it on stream. Every time I stream and we see his name, we seem to always just be giving him so much love. So we got the Scorpions, who started off slow but really should be a very strong team. And then the Space Rangers, who have a pretty good lineup, but kind of in a down year as they look to reset maybe in the upcoming years here. So they're kind of what I believe in one of their final years before they head into a rebuild. So we'll see how this game goes. I'm kind of expecting DVS to win. I think on paper DVS should win, but it's baseball and you never know. So I'm going to head right in to this one, as we are going to see Bummus on the mound and Sting Eucliffe batting.
Well, that's the fun thing about sports, T-Dan. They're not contested on paper, they're contested on the field.
That is true, as Bummus starts off the game with a K on a 1-2 count. Rhino Leg is going to get a hit, as he's going to attempt to score in the first inning to make my prediction useless. So Lunar Base with a runner in scoring position, Big Red Rock Eater is going to send him home. So well, I take that back. He is thrown out on an impressive throw from Lawn Gnomes. So the Lawn Gnome picks that ball up from the grass, holds the runner at first, so no double, and he throws Rhino Leg out at home. An incredible defensive play to keep this game at 0. Robert Green now on the mound with Bass Reeves hitting, and I love the Death Valley uniforms. I always just see death across. I love the Microsoft Paint aspect to it. It's Yvonne Essence draws the walk. Ted Giannalis, first baseman Ted Giannalis, is going to have to wait as he is going to watch Essence get thrown out. So he's now going to bat with 2 outs, and what would be a runner on first and second, or maybe runner at the corners for Smalls, turns out to only be a runner on first. And now what might have scored a run if the runners were at the corners turns out to just be a fly ball to left field, F7. So DVS, no runs. Lunar Base, no runs off of a couple of great defensive plays. As Scotty Sterling, the man, the myth, the legend, slides into second for an RBI. Or excuse me, for a double. Wow. Get it together, man. Zaxaquill hitting one into right. There's no way. Oh, they're not even going to test Lawn Gnomes this time. After what he did last time, they said, we got no outs. We're going to score that run the old-fashioned way. We don't need to push it. As a strikeout comes from Poe, and Cheeky-san draws the walk. So we're going to get Walker, Texas Ranger, bases loaded, 1 out. Always a bummus on the mound. Gets the strikeout. Honk Shu hits it, and that's going to be caught. So it's every inning so far, every half inning, we've had throw out from Lawn Gnomes to keep things at 0 from right field. Then DVS was unable to score after they got picked off. And now a bases loaded 1 out scenario, and Bummus is able to get out of it. Robert Green is hoping to avoid all of that mess and just get through this 1-2-3. As Montalban is the last hope to not make it 1-2-3 for DVS, and it is. So Robert Green 1-2-3, the only half inning without stress thus far in the game for either pitcher. Always a bummus on the mound. Still dealing as Eucliffe, the leadoff, goes down. We're going to see Leg and Rock Eater at least. Bummus is dealing as that's his 5th K of the game in only 2 2/3 thus far. Big Red Rock Eater is going to find himself on second. Scotty Sterling up next with Big Red Rock Eater in scoring position and 2 outs. And always a bummus with one of the cleaner half innings. So after a couple of early inning drama half innings, or early game half inning drama, through the bottom of the second, the top of the third, were as quiet as they could be, with Robert Green now dealing to Chaz Lamborghini. So we're going to see Flamingo and Reeves, another strikeout from Flamingo. So could he get his 3rd strikeout of the inning? No, he will not. He will get a 4-3 putout. Robert Green, a clean half. So now both pitchers seem to be on cruise control. As I said that, Zaxaquill goes to second base with no outs. So now Bummus is going to have to pitch with the runner in scoring position. As we got Sir Poe in as the sun starts to set here in Carey Price Memorial Stadium. And then Bummus gets his 6th strikeout of the game. So it's like as soon as he gets into some trouble, he almost had a tag out there as the runner went from second to third, maybe not paying attention to where that ball was hit. But the third baseman able to make the play, and then Walker, Texas Ranger, catches it in left field to get Bummus out of that jam with the no outs runner on that leadoff double. He had the runner on in scoring position. Now Robert Green is going to find himself in the exact same position, never mind, as Yvonne Essence goes all the way to third. I didn't know if he was going to stop at third for a moment. He was cruising. His 5th triple of the season. So now Robert Green has to pitch with a runner in scoring position, and that's going to be your first run of the game. And Ted Giannalis, RBI single. Yvonne Essence hitting that triple and legging that out is going to be the meaningful at-bat appearance so far today. Daniel Plainview at the plate, and that's going to be it. So Robert Green gives up that 1 run following the Yvonne Essence leadoff triple and the Ted Giannalis single. So DVS finds themselves ahead by 1 And now Lunar Base is going to try to get a run back off Bummus, but he's dealing 7 strikeouts so far and just 4 1/3. And it doesn't look like he's going to be coming out of the game for at least another inning after this, as he's only at 77 pitches plus whatever it was that last at bat.
Hey man, you got 7 Ks in 4 innings. You can go as long as you want.
It's true. You can. Robert Green. Oh, third baseman Daniel Plainview letting that. Not Daniel Plainview. Sting Eucliffe letting that go between his legs. Is now Montalban's going to be on second, and then we're going to get a kick off the catcher, so it hits the catcher and it rolls past him. And now Montalban's on third with Lamborghini striking out. That's going to bring Flamingo up to the plate with 2 outs. And the third baseman, Eucliffe, this time able to make the play to ensure no further runs score. 1-0 DVS through 5. Big Red Rock Eater sat down for the first time today on a 2-2 pitch. Bum is still dealing 8 Ks and is kind of making quick work of Lunar Base. Has had himself a couple of jams that he's had to get out of. As here he picks up the ball and not able to make the defensive play, and we're going to see Zach Sequil standing on first. Sir Poe hits another slow roller, so 2 slow roller singles, infield singles here. So a runner on first and second with Cheeky-san at the plate. And the second baseman picks it up, Reeves, and has to run over to the bag and barely beats the runner to get that final out. And now we're going to get the top of the order from Death Valley. And I did not realize I still had the overlay up, so I apologize to those who had the squashed viewing experience. Yvonne Essence hit a triple last time up. This time he takes a walk. Ted Giannalis hit the RBI single last time to right field. This time he flies out to right field. So we're going to get Smalls with a liner to center to end the inning. So 1-0 DVS. We are in a pitcher's duel as Ray Xavier comes in for Bummus. Bummus' day is done. And now DVS has to lean into that bullpen to try to get things done here. Honk Shu, bottom man in the order, flies out to center, 2 outs. Sting Eucliffe up to bat. Sting Eucliffe, a little lazy liner to first. Giannalis puts that away. And we're heading to the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 ball game.
And
Robert,
while we stretch for the 7th inning, I just real quick want to stretch our legs and look around the league at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Hock'em for President. Annex Canada and make them all sign up for the PBE. Hock'em for President. New York beating Vancouver, a no-hitter going over there 8-0 at the moment at Scudder 43 Stadium. OBX beating San Antonio 1-0 as in our game. It's 2 outs and a runner on third. Cancun beating Detroit 5-0. Providence beating Toronto 4-1. Bottom of the 7th is over, so I'll wrap this up. Buffalo beating Boise 7-1 in Hammond Park. I know we get to all of them, but we got a game to get back to. That was your look around the scoreboard, brought to you by Hock'em for President. Make everybody sign up for the PBE today by making Hock'em President. Back to you, T-Den.
all right. Thank you for that advertisement there. As we're watching Lunar Base try to get something going, but they didn't. They go 1-2-3 in that inning. So Lunar Base needs to get something going. They have more hits than DVS in this game, but they're not really making use of any of the runners in scoring position, as Literal Flamingo is put out. So we're going to have Reeves and Essence. Essence, again, with that triple. That's the only thing that really mattered so far today. And he's not going to make any use of that at bat. So it's 1-0 DVS as we head into the top of the 9th. Lunar Base is going to get their bottom half of the order up. So Bandit Keith comes in with a save opportunity, and it's not the way you want to see that start if you're Keith, as Zach Sequil gets a single to left field. Sir Poe walks, so now all of a sudden, DVS, who's pretty much handled every half inning with ease, finds himself in a little bit of trouble. 1 hit will tie this game up, and we would be going into extras. But now he follows back-to-back strikeouts of Cheeky Sun and Walker, Texas Ranger. 9-hole hitter Honk Shu at the plate takes the walk to the top of the lineup. Sting Euclid, batting .288, 15 hits, 15 home runs, 36 RBIs, strikes out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. DVS able to hold on. Bandith Keith picks up the save. Always a Bummus is going to be my player of the game. We're going to see if that holds true here, as if we look at the box scores, the only things that really mattered, Zach Squill did have a 4-hit for at-bat day, no RBIs, was the Essence triple leading into the Giannalis single RBI single. Bummus got to win. Actually, Robert Green went to complete game, so he gets player of the game. But I would argue that Bummish deserves it, only because they had that 8 Ks, 6 innings, and they won. Not that winning means everything in performance, but it does mean everything if you're trying to make the playoffs and win a division. So Xavier gets a hold. Keith gets that interesting save. Let's see what happened in the rest of the league. Voyagers, Vandals. Voyagers win 9-3, cleaning up the Vandals. 3 RBI day from both Sebastian Otage and Mosquitoes, and another 3 RBI day from Sumadog.
And that was a no-hitter until the Burgers home run in the 7th.
Okay, so it was no hits until the 7th, and then Vancouver was only able to get 3 hits total as a team. Cove is going to get the win, not player of the game, even with that no-hit big going into the 7th, as cash considerations takes the loss. Only 2 1/3 from them. Rough outing. They're going to have to Vancouver turn to the bullpen heavily as Sebastian Otage gets your player of the game with those 3 hits and 3 RBIs.
San Antonio beating Outer Banks to improve their record to 42-31. 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th is what did it. So their second to last chance got it done. Artemis Aria, the new cover athlete for next season, proving why. 8 innings and 1 earned. Kelly, 7 innings, 1 earned for Kelly. And Outer Banks, 6 hits as a team. San Antonio, 7 hits. The difference, that 1 RBI. Artemis Aria, your player of the game at the top of the treehouse in San Antonio.
Crabs, Pathfinders. Pathfinders, after having that perfect game, not able to pick up another win yet. As the Crabs win 5-1, Benjamin Abenduck was on the mound for the Crabs, their ace. Southworth with 2 hits in 4 at-bats, 2 RBIs from Kelvin Cool Crab, and another hit from Thompson and Cove, or excuse me, RBI from Thompson and Cove. On the other side, Toronto gets 1 RBI from Deathridge. The losing pitcher is going to be Joe Random. And then Abenduck does pick up the win. Mata with the hold. Laharm James with the save. Benjamin Abenduck is the player of the game.
And I am getting a water, so if you could grab the box
Right on.
scores,
Surge beat the Raptors 9-1. As they try to claw back to 500 to end the stream here. They have 1 more game tomorrow to do it. As Buckshank, so a lot of hits coming on this side here. 3 RBIs from Manny Lau, who they just picked up, and Tonk Mato with 3 RBIs as well. Bruce City Bear legend. Boise not really much doing. Tommy Callahan Auto Parts there with 1 RBI. Kobe Kaufman gets a win, going to 7-10 on the season. And Sloppy Joe takes the loss, as Kobe Kaufman is your player of the game.
You know who's not a Bruce City legend?
Who's that?
That Dame guy.
Yeah, Dame. Yeah, definitely not. He will not get any Hall of Fame bids.
TBS wins.
Oh wait, we know this one.
Yeah, you watch this game.
I know. I do that once a stream.
I'm like, wait, Zach
I do that once a stream.
I got to get you in shape. New Orleans wins 3-2 on a run-scoring single in the bottom of the 9th by Alou. That was his only RBI and his only hit of the day. You know what? Good time for it, I'd say. That rhymes. Car Crash, which is what the stream is, had 2 hits. Crane Pool, 6 1/3, 2 earned. Salzburg, 8 1/3, 2 earned, 10 strikeouts. Goat Tank, his second win of the stream on 2/3 of an inning. Steven Schlossberg is your player of the game.
I think this stream is more of a Brian Payne. It's more of a pain. Anyways. Stars beat the Serpents 6-0. Only 2 hits on the Sea Serpent side. coming from their leadoff man, and Pee Wee Rise the shortstop. We get 2 RBIs from Nashville. Ichiban Sokodu gets that one. Sabert Ramberg, Mo Love, and Yenis Cove, all 3 of them get 1 RBI. Toby Ziegler gets the win as Chris Cash takes the loss. Toby Ziegler is your player of the game.
6-0 win for Cancun. They allow only 2 hits. This was a no-hitter into the 6th inning till it got broken up. Cancun had a much better day on the hitting end of things, obviously. 10 hits and 5 RBIs, drew 4 walks as well. Detroit, only 2 hits and 3 walks for them. Abernathy, 5 innings, 4 earned. Fielder, 7 1/3, no earned. Player of the game, center fielder at El Coliso de los Toros in Mexico.
Going into the minor league games, Florida drops below 500 as they bounce around as they lose 3-8. Not really a whole lot going on for Florida. A couple RBIs there in the middle. Stickman gets 2 RBIs as the leadoff hitter. Palindrome Walter Walterson and Kreis van Kreiselhauser and was it Jordan Love gets all in RBIs. So a lot of people getting RBIs over there for the Armadillos. Lilo Pelikai takes the loss. Harold Smith gets a win. Ritter gets a save. I'm not going to tell my wife about that game. Chicago and Bruce City.
I think I missed. Maybe I missed the joke there. Was she playing in that game?
Oh yeah, she's the pitcher. Sorry, she's Lilo
Oh, okay.
Pelikai. She was a
Okay.
losing pitcher. My bad.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay. I was like,
no, she just
why
really
is
cared
she
about
telling
that
your wife
specific
about any
game.
of them?
She
Okay,
really
fair
cared
enough.
about that game. My bad.
Uh, Bruce. No, it's mine. I haven't been around in a while. Bruce City. They win
Yeah, all
6-4
stream.
over
Just
Chicago.
kidding. Just
She said she's proud of my player. Well, I'm glad your wife's proud, Shane. That's great. Chicago had 8 hits. Bruce City had 10 hits, but the difference was Bruce City converted on theirs. They got 6 RBIs. Let's go down to the pitching. Innings eater did not eat any innings this time. 4 2/3, 6 earned. Olivares, 4 1/3, no earned. Jekto got the player of the game. Hey, as a Packers fan, does it bother you that the Wisconsin representative in this league is named after the Bears?
Yeah. That's all. Yes.
Okay.
But I do still want to be. I always, one player I have to end up there just so I can enjoy imbibing beers as I watch PBE because I can't do that if I'm not on Bruce City. So this one went into extras. 5 runs scored in the 10th. So the majority of the runs coming in that extra inning as the Hepcats win 5-4. The Hepcats get 4 RBIs from Carson Warwick, the DH, and he had 2 hits, so he had a home run there with 2 on to provide 3 of those RBIs. Anchorage getting 2 RBIs from the King, Warrior King. Michael Dion gets no decision as Cologne got the BS, and West takes the win, the crazy person. Treadwell takes a loss. Michael Dion is your player of the game.
Hooray! I didn't suck chunks for the first time in what feels like my career so far.
So there you go. You didn't suck
Oh,
chunks.
by the way, is your player still in the minors?
Yes.
There it is. We got the tampering. You just tampered yourself to Bruce City. There it is. HO. You're still here. I saw you writing down the scores in Cancun.
I think I said a future player. Like one of my future players has
You
to.
just said in the futures, because technically tomorrow is the future, and only today is the present.
Oh god, this is going so poorly for me. This isn't the first time I've lost money on a stream. There was a prospect league stream in which I cost myself $5 million by saying I did something that I never paid for. But it wasn't. I didn't know I had to pay for it, and then Enoch was like, "Yeah, no, you definitely had to pay for that." So big sad there. It's big sad there. So that I had it was like 4 months later. I had to go pay $5 million. Anyways, Lemurs win 4-2, beating the Firehawks. We had 1 RBI from Bonspiero and Harris on the California side. And then on the Louisville side, 2 RBI days from Jenny B. Pink in the leadoff spot. Thor Lore with the loss, Ronaldo with the win, and Gerhardt with the save. Cornelius George Braxton is your player of the game with the no decision.
Bailey, for God's sakes, it's 11 in the morning. It's not that kind of punishing. That's for the 11 at night stream. Puerto Rico, the Bots beat the Swift Steeds 2-0 with 2 runs in the 5th inning, but they're Bots, so who cares? Unfortunate day for State College. 8 hits, but nothing come across. Blonde 345. Is this an Xbox username, perhaps? 6 innings and 2 earned. Twain T2 was feeling it today. 3 innings and no earned. Bot was the player of the game, so we don't care.
We don't care. And that's going to be it for today as we go file, save, game. One last look at the stream schedule as we head into August for OBX at San Antonio. So if you are a fan of either of those teams, go ping your team, get them in here. We have the last game of the stream, the last live game of the stream. I'm going to go ahead and hit that check mark. We will see at the, well, you guys can't because of the overlay, but I will see we head into August 1st. I'm going to save that game and look at this up in the upper left-hand corner as if asking for me not to have to look for it. Thank you so much. We get Kim Ji, woo, and Johnny Tatum on the mound. Johnny Tatum very strong against OBX, almost looking like he's never played them. And SAS, Kim Ji Woo, also looking like they haven't played SAS. So my guess is the first time these pitchers have met the other teams. Nope, that's not true. You see the stats were there, so I guess they're just very strong this season. Not really sure if those stats can be trusted anymore. But unless those are only this year. Well, those are only this year. So this year, none of these teams have gotten any runs off the pitchers. And then you get the career stats against the pitchers on the other side. So we'll see. Both these teams are very strong. And OBX has the TPEs behind them. They also have one of the best pitching staffs in the majors. And then you get San Antonio, who's just got a very competent batting order. The one weak point of OBX this year, it seems like they just can't get their bats going. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I mean, obviously they're doing very well. OBX is doing very well this year. They're, I'm not going to jinx anything for them, but I'd like to see. If I was an OBX fan, I'd love to see the bats just go hard this game. I'd like to see, a ton of runs because it just feels like they haven't seen that this year from them enough. And then on the San Antonio side, you just want to go blow for blow on the mound. So let's head into this game. Sloths, OBX. Let's start it. Yeah, nope. Tampering from you, Dame. Sorry. Chaotic and Dame, whatever I should be calling you in this world. That was not tampering, actually. Arya Harper starting off this game with a strikeout. Johnny Tatum needing to go blow for blow with OBX's pitching staff. Starts off strong, but that is going to be not what you want to see as Stewart of the Stewart-Littleton combination has an error and then immediately thrown out. So the error didn't matter as Tatum was able to reset that base path. And then Trent McDaniel gets a hit. Murphy LeSwift squeezes one through, and that would have been a run had he not been picked off. But here it is, 0-0 with 2 hits. Garbanzo with 2 away strikes out. So Tatum able to pick off that first runner, saving himself a run as we head into the bottom half of the first with Kim Ji Woo on the mound. Bartholomew Brown crushes one. Knocks it out of here.
Sorry, I didn't have the sound effects, so I'll just do it myself. Woo!
Woo! Oh, I don't know. I did the diamond one there. That was supposed to be fireworks. We just go with it. We're rolling. As Caden Tranto now at the plate after that leadoff homer, and now Don Marcus, who leads their team in home runs, is going to fly out to center field for the second out. And now we got Ted Weffington Jr., who's cold coming into this. Hits one to Arya Harper, and it gets over the head. Misread the ball, maybe, or it just kept going. So now we've got a runner at second for Sha Dynasty. As that one's hit high and deep, that's out of here. So Dynasty hits her 12th home run of the game, 434 feet. So OBX lost a run due to getting picked off, and then San Antonio gained a run from the error.
There's
Or the
absolutely nothing slow about the start for the sloths today.
No, there's anything but sloths, as the Aviators are hoping to take off. How's that? Aaron
They
Henry.
need to.
Yes, they do. Aaron Henry goes down. Satchelo Richards, Dax player, strikes out. And now you got one dog power bat, Little Bark. Flying out to Bartholomew Brown, who led the game off with a hit. So now we got Stewart. We got the Stewart-Littleton combination up 1-2. Stewart gets a walk. Littleton strikes out. So walk and a strikeout for the Stewart-Littleton combination. Malcolm Kell batting ninth. Check swings, holds it back, gets the walk. Bartholomew, who started the game off with a home run, sneaks one in front of the right fielder. Something just seems a little off with the defense in the outfield for the Aviators today. As balls seem to be falling when they should be caught. Bases loaded, 2 outs. But it's not going to matter as Don Marcus will be retired. So San Antonio maintaining a 3-run lead through 2, but unable to add with the bases loaded.
OBX really needs to take off here in this third inning.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Arya Harper down. Steve Duke gets on with a single. So now Shrimp McDaniel, who's been a hot hitter, batting .330 on the season, the best hitter in the OBX lineup, unfortunately falls on the other side of their average, as that is caught. SAS back out there. Tedford Wolfington Jr. gets on the base paths. It seems like Kim Ji-woo is always pitching with someone on the base paths. Dynasty is going to also get on the base paths, but he's not going to be able to advance Wolfington Jr. to third. So runner on first and second, no outs for Julian O'Sullivan. DP ball, we got a double play ball, and they get it. So just like that, along with that strikeout from Stewart.
We've got a what?
Double play ball.
Oh, okay.
That's how it looks in the box score. All right.
He said we got a DP ball. Like, well, that's interesting. Interesting way to say it. It's a little sus.
I can't do anything here. That's just terrible. All right. Stop. Everyone stop. It's a double play ball. Henry batting. Satchelo Richards coming up next with a runner on first. And then another pickoff from Johnny Tatum.
2 pickoffs in one game.
2 pickoffs.
I don't know if I've seen that much.
Aviators seeming to only hurt themselves in this game. As Rob Littleton goes down with Kim Ji-woo back on the mound. Malcolm Kell, 4-3 ground out. Bartholomew Brown at the plate, led off the game with a home run to that exact same area, but this one stays inside the fence.
Yeah, the all-time base stealer's got some power. How about that?
He does a little power. He's been hitting them out to the fence today. As we see the Aviators start off with the Richards and power back going down. So we have Beckett Brooks, the shortstop, hitting it to the other shortstop, 6-4 ground out. As we're going to see Tranto Marcus Wolfington Jr. on the sloth side as we see Tranto go down. Don Marcus, an unassisted ground out to the first baseman, Duke. And now we see a deep ball from Wolfington Jr. caught on the warning track by Aaron Henry. So let's see if OBX can get some runs going. They just need to stop shooting themselves in the foot as Arya Harper leads off with a single, and we're going to look for them to steal second here as they go for it, and then they get caught stealing. Just an awful day so far on the base paths for the Aviators. And look at this, it would have been a 2-run shot, and they lost another run due to a base running blunder. They would be up 3-2 right now, but instead they find themselves down 3-1 as Steve Duke hits a solo shot A long ball over the left field fence, and then we get another long ball from Shrimp McDaniel, but this one is going to be about a shrimp short. And then Murphy LeSwift strikes out. So if you're an Aviators fan, this is tough to watch because you're looking at it saying, man, we should really be winning this right now. Misread ball in the outfield, gave a run to San Antonio. Couple of pickoffs have given runs away. And the good news is, if you're an OBX fan, you can say, well, we could easily be winning this game. Just got to clean up a few things moving forward as we get to see the Stewart-Littleton combination come up. As Stewart goes down, as we get O'Sullivan on first, Littleton's going to hit into a 4-3 ground ball play. Put out there. So we're through 6. Garbanzo, leading off the second, strikes out. We're going to get Henry O. Richards as Henry strikeouts, and then Satchel O. Richards, who's 0 for 2 on the day, strikes out again. I know that's at least his second strikeout today. So not a great day for him.
Whoop. Sorry, cut you off a little
Go
early.
ahead.
It's the bottom of the 7th, so it's time to fly around the on-town scoreboard. This time brought to you by Right Side Up Airlines. If you stand on the roof, you'll always land. Right side up. Lunar Base beating DVS 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning at Carey Price Memorial Stadium. Indy beating New Orleans 4-3 out there in New Orleans. Bottom of the 7th is over here in San Antonio. How about we get to score one more game? And it'll be Vandals and Voyagers 4-1. Vandals. Actually, here's another one. Toronto and Providence, Cancun, Detroit. Cancun 3-1 over Detroit. That is it for this look around the on-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Right Side Up Airlines. If you stand on the roof, you'll always land right side up. Back to you.
All right. Hey, thanks, Mike. So here we are, bottom of the 8th, after OBX and San Antonio both hung zeros in their last halves. We're going to get Don Marcus Wolfington Jr. and Shad Dynasty as Fridtjof Nansen is on the mound with that grim-looking render. Tedford Wolfington Jr. and Marcus go down in the opposite order when Marcus Wolfington Jr. Shad Dynasty trying to get something going. Hits a shallow ball to center. Arya Harper runs up on it, snags it. Little can of corn. We're into the top of the 9th. OBX's last chance to get 2 runs. And Red Rockman puts down Steve Duke. Shrimp McDaniel hits one hard to center, and that's going to be 2 outs. Murphy LeSwift needs to get on base to keep this going, and they strike out. So OBX, a tough loss, but an earned win from San Antonio, 3-1. That's going to be it for that game. Sloss moved to 43-31 on the season. Bartholomew Brown with that leadoff home run. Dynasty with 2 RBIs as well, hitting a 2 RBI home run. Outer Banks caught stealing Arya Harper and Duke. Tough to see there, as I think that really actually cost them the game. And Kim Ji-woo gets the tough loss, only giving up 3 earned runs in 6 innings. As Tatum gets the win, Emil the hold, Rockman the save. Johnny Tatum is your player of the game, if not just for throwing out, picking off 2 runners.
Okay. Vancouver beating New York 4-2. 11 hits for the Vandals. 8 of those coming from the combo of Hurtcash, Mander, Phillip, and Walker. Speaking of walks, only 2 from New York today. Let's go down to the pitching. Woods with the loss, 5 1/3, 3 earned. Beans with the win, 7 2/3, 2 earned. Andy Beans, your player of the game.
Andy Beans. Surge, Raptors win 4-3. Tough game. Raptors pulled it off in the bottom of the 9th on a Barry Allen run-scoring hit. That's the leadoff hitter over there. 3 RBIs from Dimply Splurger, 4 hits from them. Good game there. As Uda Bunga, who hit the cycle earlier, gets 2 RBIs.
Bunga.
Bunga. Minerva Madsen takes a loss. PKVS with the blown save. Steele with the win. Dimply Splurger with that good batting performance, even in a losing performance, gets the player of the game. Crabs.
Providence beats
Okay.
Toronto. I got it. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
9-6. 5 RBIs from Fern. Heck of a day there from the left fielder. For Toronto, they had 5 walks as a team and only 7 strikeouts. So they were good at running up the counts today. That's why Toronto was good at that. Excuse me. That's why Providence had to use 4 pitchers. Cruiser, Legend, who got the win, Meta, and Bonso all had to throw significantly today. Benico, who had a perfect game last time out, followed it up with a quality start. Park got the loss in 2/3 of an inning, giving up 5 runs, and Justin Fern on a 2-homer day, a 2-run shot and a 3-run shot, gets the player of the game.
Okay, Demons Toros. Toros win, moving to 45-29 on the season. They're winning 3-1 as we're gonna get McGillicuddy and Aza with the RBI. Alexandra Hirahara with the RBI for Detroit. Strider takes the loss. Usada Pecora gets the win. I can never remember that one. Cotswell with the save. Usada Pecora is your player of the game. 7 1/3, 1 earned run. Very good performance for them.
Seattle over Nashville. Another upset for the Sea Serpents today. 6-5. They got it all done in the first couple innings. Let's see. We had Arenado had a nice day. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, pass as well. Same stat line. It was Yishni Cove who had 1 hit, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. I would say that's the best player for Nashville on this day. Jimmy Arenado, your player of the game. McQueen with the win. Stoner with the loss. I've always questioned having a dizzy Stoner start the game for you. I never really
well,
thought that was a great idea.
they actually picked him up. They held a dizzy bat race open tryout, and he won. So he got put on the roster.
Oh, okay.
It was all the dizzy bat race wins. Yes, RCGG. We did see a perfect game for Benico earlier in the stream. Moving into Space Rangers Scorpions. This one is not on the moon, but in the desert, and that bodes well for the Rangers as they're happy to be back on Earth with a 6-1 win. 2 RBIs from the Big Red Rock Eater. Walker, Texas Ranger, also with 2 RBIs. Death Valley with only 1 RBI from Montalban. Xavier Pruitt takes the loss. Ford gets the win. Chatty Johnson with the save. Aaron Ford is your player of the game.
Rougarou beat the Apex 5-4 off a walk-off 2-run double on Rice from Ryson the third off a McFlourish. Steele, Flex, and Ryson with 2 hits. Ryson with the all-important one in the bottom of the ninth. Indy, 3 hits from Garrett Catcher Scudder. Chuckaball, 7 innings, 3 earned. Eshelman, 7 innings, 4 earned. So good game from the starters. However, it was Baron, I assume that's Baron, Samity, 2 innings and 2 earned. How appropriate for New Orleans to have Baron Samity pitching for you. Flourish, a third of an inning, 1 earned, and Catcher Scudder, the player of the game.
And that's going to wrap up the majors for today. We have 5 minor league box scores left. We're going to start with Flamingos Armadillos. Flamingos dropped 2 games below 500, losing 7-1. As there's nothing really to note here from Florida. And Amarillo has 2 RBIs from Hughes and from Goldberg. And then the Flop Quads is going to get the win as Stumacher takes the loss for Florida. Flop Quads is your player of the game, giving up no earned runs.
And I do apologize, but if you could find the last couple, or if you could do the last couple, I got to try and find something for somebody real quick.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So Firehawks, Lemurs, we got Lemurs winning 6-4. Bottom of the ninth, 2 runs. The difference here, that is Robert Griffin hitting a 2-run shot off the Biglet. And that is going to win Louisville the game. So you see 3 RBIs for Griffin. California, a couple of 1 RBI days from Hawthorne, Bonspiero, and Beavers. Going down to the pitching score, we got Biglet takes a loss due to that 9th inning home run. Bottom of the ninth, Gerhardt takes a win. Robin Griffin, not Robert Griffin. I apologize to that player and the user associated with them, they were a player of the game. Again, moving on, we got Bears Kingpins. Bears squeak went out 3-2. Kingpin's able to score in the top of the 8th, but not enough to come back and tie/win this game as Penley hits both RBIs for Chicago, and Bruce City getting an RBI from Boucher and Levine. Bruce City Bears Leroy Wolf is going to get the win. Mander Hold Noble with the save. Huizinga takes a loss. Player of the game is Leroy Wolf. Hepcats Wheelers. Wheelers win 10-5 as they dismantle the Hepcats pitching staff. We're going to get 5 RBIs from Zen Bobrist, 3 hits and 2 runs from them. So 2 home run day from them. That's going to be the majority of the scoring in this. Well, it's going to be at least half the scoring for the Anchorage Wheelers. Kansas City, 3 RBIs from Speed Kills. Good game from him. Biggest Titius Smittius with a loss. Yatef with the win. Zen Bobrist with those 5 RBIs is your player of the game. We got one more box score to get through here. It's going to be Rana Swift Steeds. Rana's come out on fire. Absolutely frogs upping the State College SSD drive. Swift Steeds 13-3. State College getting 3 RBIs, all in the middle of their lineup from Dog Maple, Agrippa, and Mizushima. And Last Stuck takes the loss as Daddy Blaney gets the player of the game. Puerto Rico, again, the bot team, not getting any love from us. I'm going to go ahead and hit File Save on this, as this was it for today's stream. We have done all the games going back to the stream schedule. We're at the bottom. We're at the bottom here. There is nothing left to do today. Saturday, we'll pick off with August 2nd. And that's it. So, yeah, a couple of really cool games today as we saw the Toronto Perfect Game. We saw the Udabonga Cycle. So really just fantastic all the way. PT26 is going to change the game forever. Perhaps it could. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to, I know I already saved it, but I'm going to double save because I'm that guy. I'm that person. We're going to go ahead and head to the standings real quick, just so everyone can, if they want to screenshot it or whatever, well, we wait. So we see Voyagers, Raptors, Apex, and Rougarous all leading their division. The Rougarous Toros race starting to get a little closer. Apex Stars within 1. Voyagers starting to pull ahead over in the Legends East as the Sloths start to crawl back up on the Raptors. So some interesting division races there, and the playoff races are going to be really good in both the Legends and the Champs. We're going to need to see the Surge come out and have a strong couple sims here, though, to make that a little more interesting as the Scorpions and the Stars start to become neck and neck. So do that. We'll do a little quick look at the minors. Top teams are the Lemurs and the Dillos and the Bears and the Firehawks, and then everyone else kind of becomes tier 2. So it looks like the tier 2 teams are going to be the Flamingos, Wheelers, and Hepcats. And then you kind of get the Ranas and Kingpins holding up the bottom. So cool. I'm going to go ahead and head to the manager's office. We're going to go ahead, commissioner office, sorry, and we're going to go ahead and execute to start this upload.
Wait, who are we executing?
Jesus. The file. We're executing the file.
Oh, okay. But you said we were going to go into the commissioner's office and execute. So I was scared for a commissioner's life. Jesus.
Well, Hakub he's done for. We're in his office. The execution is already underway. There's nothing you can do at this point.
Oh.
My apologies to all.
I did not realize that we were executing people at the end of the stream. I would have brought my executions.
Tame says he's finally free. That's it. We can find.
Oh no.
It's over now. Yeah, this was a fun one. I want to thank you, Mike. It's a good thing you were able to come on, because otherwise I would have been solo doloing it yard of the stream, and that would have been okay too. I could have made my way through it, but too bad Bazooka Joe had some stuff going on today. That happens.
Yep.
And nothing wrong with that. So hopefully his day became a little more free and relaxing without needing to do this, and he was able to do what he needed to do. Date in sim. To be 8/1 as I start to do all the necessary things to get out of the file. But I'm
So
not
our
going to do it
next
yet.
stream is what, Saturday at 5, I believe, with
Saturday.
it's Tim G is our next stream.
Yeah,
I think he
Tim.
told me 5 o'clock.
It's that's what it says on the schedule, which of course are always subject to change. But right now it's looking like Tim G at 5 p.m. on Saturday. We don't have a co-host for him yet. We'll have to see if someone joins him in the booth. But if not, it's going to be solo Tim out there, putting his best to end week 3 before we head into the playoff race week, which is one of my favorite weeks in the PBE. Maybe even more so than the playoffs due to the lack of changes during the stream. Hot take. Should have said that
Hey,
beforehand.
changes are important.
Changes are important. Boy, are they not a great viewing experience.
I know.
How you feel about the PvP color setup, pay-by-play color setup? Oh, so I think obviously I'm the play-by-play and the color setup where one person takes the whole game is what chaotic is referring to, because typically in the PvE, I mean it's really hard to get away from that radio aspect of it just because the game moves so fast.
Yeah.
It's hard to find, in a normal baseball game, there's a lot of natural pauses throughout a game to kind of have more of that
Absolutely.
play-by-play color setup. But I actually didn't mind it. I think personally, I kind of like you take the whole game because then you're in it. You kind of narrate the whole storyline, right? Where if I do the first half and you do the second half, I might tune out a little bit, or I have to go get water or something. So then you come into the game after it's halfway done and you missed that first half storyline. Perhaps, not saying, I generally I don't walk away, but occasionally it happens. Um, but if you have to take all 9 innings, you build that storyline. You get to narrate it how you saw the beginning all the way to the end, and then the color analyst is really there to, uh, basically give you the little breaks where you need as announcing, and to maybe come up with some more interesting quips about the game that the streamers or the main guy isn't really focusing on, as he's so tuned in to the play-by-play action. The color guy's able to come in and say, "Hey, this is actually this is some other things that happened this year with this player." So I like the idea of it. I definitely need to work on it on my end because it's hard to break. It's like a bad habit's harder to break than making a new one type thing. But I think it was fun. I enjoyed that. L&M, anything you want to say about that? Or
So I guess the answer is he felt good about it.
there we
That
go.
game, I suppose. But yeah, anybody got any other questions from Ask the Booth?
Or how about ask the chat? Let's just ask the chat. How'd your team do today? How do you feel about it? How'd you feel about your team's performance today? Were you able to pay attention enough to get them? How many people are out there collecting OOTP packs right now? Bad. Well,
Yeah.
that's my fault for asking basically a yes or no question. Yeah, we gotta get you. Well, Bears did fantastic. So, that is good. Yeah. Well, your one Bears did great. Your other Bears didn't do the best. So it's tough. The Surge GM to the Surge. I like to see them do well. They just, there's the thing is, the Surge, you guys are still very young. You guys performed so well last year that I think expectations came in so high because you saw, wow, this team's built well. It can really do the thing. It can win. And then coming to this year, it's kind of like, oh, we're still right on the brink of maybe what's going to be greatness coming up here. So I think there's a combination of things like that. Well, that's true. The Surge's starting pitcher or their ace pitcher, I would almost say their entire pitching staff, starting pitching staff, are frauds. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just their ace. I'll say just their ace. I'll agree. But we'll see. We'll see what happens to the Surge moving forward. I think they're primed to have some really great seasons ahead, regardless of the outcome this year. But I'm not going to write them off this year. They're only down 5 games in that wild card spot. All it takes is one good 6-1, 7-0 stream, and the other team, don't. Pretty soon you're a couple games behind it. Anything can happen. So they're not
Jesus,
out
and
yet.
people said I glazed my teams when I was in the booth. Good lord.
You glaze them. Hey,
Yeah, I used to. That was one of the big knocks on me back in the day, was that I really rooted for my teams, but Jesus.
well, in all fairness, I'm a Seattle Sea Serpent guy now. So, um,
Oh, then what are you glazing the Surge for?
what
They're
is
not
it
even your
here?
club.
What is it here? Like, what do you want from me?
Jeez,
what do you
You're
want from
loving
me?
on the Surge. Jeez.
Well, the
I
Surge are
want
the
some
only one.
I want some objectiveness here, some objective analysis. That I love my Surge. No, we need to be professional here and
I thought it
talk
was
about.
objective by saying that their expectations were a little high coming in the season because of their good performance last year. But maybe I was wrong. Is now I'm going to
We got to
upload
talk
the
about,
index.
we got to talk about important things like Tweedlecock or whatever
All
else.
right, not a fan. Not a fan of that Tweedlecock or no. What was the other one you had? The little dribbler.
Oh, that was Dame that said little dribbler. Yeah.
Yeah, not cool, man. So, anyways, I'm updating the index here now. I'm not going to let us dwell on that too much because we're going down a rabbit hole here. So, again, just going to look at this. I do want to go and highlight the cool thing of the day is the index uploads. Where was it? I think it was right here. Look at probably an absolute horrid day for Toronto. Loss, 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 loss. But look at this. That
Perfect
one,
game.
the
The
one
one win.
win was a perfect game.
It's a perfect game for them to win the 1 out of 10 that they have won. It was a perfect game.
It was the perfect game. The only win for Toronto today, and Benico got that perfect game. So congrats to them.
Yep, as we established, the 8th perfect game of all time, and the would be the second no hitter in team history, the first perfect game in team history.
That's right. I'm going to go ahead and verify. It looks like the index is uploaded. I'm just going to double check as I do before I end the stream. If you want to try to figure out how to raid, I can't do that. I tried.
Well, I can't because I don't have mud permission. So if Dame wants to board us upon the ship, I will distribute the shields and we can raid. Or we can
Yes.
just end the stream away.
Or we can just end the stream, which is looking like what's going to happen. So 48, the index is uploaded, updated. Who do we want to raid?
Someone.
Oh, here we go.
Nos is right. Do that. Somebody
is not streaming.
He's not.
No, he is not. No, but we got. Is there anyone doing OTP stuff? I think that's what people love. Nope, we are the people doing OOTP stuff.
We play one round.
Hello.
And I think.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to anyone listening. I was trying to find someone to braid. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can just let's see. Is there someone? Yeah, I don't see anyone that I really want to raid, so we can just end it, and this is what we're gonna do. My apologies to someone out there that we could have rated, but yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on Saturday for week 3, day 4. I'm TDenstroyer. I was with LeatherNeckMike today. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.